Hey everyone, and hey Sun Boost. I'm indeed gonna beat more Babel. I'm hype. It was pretty nice. I'm only like halfway through. I need also the final. That's not how you get to it. There it is. I think I read BB6 before. I think we are here basically. I think it's 9 and 10 I actually have to do the stages. I6 one spotted. I did do I did start I6 one yesterday, but I did not get to finish it. I do also. I would love to actually have more time in instance to also do ISs, but I guess I will do that more once I'm through the story. Sometimes IS can get a bit samey. I guess I did just so much IS6 at this point in my life, and I'm starting to have basically my own meta of units that I'm always taking with me. But that's also kinda me problem. It is still so much fun as a roguelike though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did BB6 before, but I'm also not quite sure, so I'm gonna be double check. Me when I spam Moshi Alter and Extra Alter. I can't believe this game is always the same and I always do the same. Look up ahead. What does I say skip? Okay, I think I did. That's just quickly, but I think I saw this. Yeah, I did see this cutscene. So, the Woods Islanders were kinda cornered after the civil wars breaking out. This is where we were at in the story. Good. It's kinda sucks that I had like a week-long break in between. Wanna try to make Horn viable in I6? I mean, shouldn't that be too hard, or I guess I don't actually really know Horn's number mechanics. I mean, I know that she has like... Doesn't she have like basically a ranged attack? Or am I thinking of another operator? To be fair, I never used Horn. I like Horn, but... yeah. A piece of iridium crystal lies quietly on the test table, glowing orange-yellow under the light. It looks pure, beautiful, harmless, and it gives you cancer. Priestess, what have we done? I'm afraid not. It's impossible. Doctor, it hurts! Thank you. The doctor picks up the iridium crystal with one hand and stabs it into the other arm. I don't think the doctor should be doing this. I guess you never were told if doctor would have like oropathy or anything, but I don't think he has, right? I mean, there's a lot up with the doctor. I wonder if basically ancient civilization people also just straight up cannot get it. Maybe it's just an oversight that it just works drastically different on Terra, but we will get to it. It leaves a bloody gash on the arm, but nothing else. The pain goes distinct. Yet, it's not a pain of iridium infection. The instrument showed the same. There's no sign of assimilation of iridium and cell. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'm kinda right that Doctor just cannot get it. Iridium won't infect me. Did we ever imagine that such pain would come? What would you say about what's happening to this world? Iridium. The last spark that we have passed on. It's working. It's several times more effective than existing suppressants. Mia's blood iridium crystal concentration has dropped significantly. So we're just milking the doctor for blood, right? Like, that's how we gotta cure cancer. But it's just a prototype. I haven't found a way to mass produce it on Terra yet. Actually, I wonder if since Wolf's Island is like so far ahead with, you know, finding a solution to homeopathy, is it quite literally that they do build some medicine kind of formulated of the blood of the doctor or something like that, and that is the breakthrough and advantage they have compared to like everyone else on Terra? What kinda makes sense. Doctor! I know you're experimenting on yourself. You really don't look well. Just some research on blood. You know, I don't need 90% of that. Iridium doesn't infect me. We've had safety measures in place since it was just an energy project. Maybe this could be used to mitigate the symptoms of oropathy. And Fervisa, she's not like you. The Light Eterna is not some kind of powerful magic. She has simply created iridium arts in its most fundamental form, through the accumulation of a long legacy. With her help, we'll be able to develop more advanced oropathy medicine that can be mass-produced. And then she betrayed us. Then she just divorced the doctor. I guess we won't get the answers why she is now working for the other side and the Sarkas again. It's probably gonna be in the next chapter of the main story. More concerned about you right now, Doctor. I'm fine. It is what it is. If iridium has transformed you into beings identical to us, then there will be a way to create a Sarah in place of my own. No matter how complicated the present issues are, if Babel can develop an effective oropathy medicine, it will be more than just the Sarkas that support us, it will be all of Terra. Or imagine how much money they could make of people dying. Then we can foster a future of iridium, one that is peaceful, happy, and eternal. Well, Enfield says no. Well, to be fair, it still sounds like, but we have no cure there. It is mostly fixed, at least. No, listen to me. Calcite grabs the doctor's arm. It's a lot thinner than she remembers. I've not relaxed for an instant, from Wimbledon to the Saka Civil War. I chose to wake you up in order to point the way for the civilization. One that surprised me at every turn. I don't want you to waste away now. You need to take care of yourself. Sorry. Right now though, what I want to do most is elevate Amir's pain. He cares about his daughter. 3 months later. What's Island of Babel Castle? I see you, Amir. You can come out. Doctor! Am I interrupting anything? Hey, Musty, how are you doing? How was your stream? I don't know why I was like, how is your stream? But how was your stream earlier today? And have you seen that Ark is actually playing story? It is a beautiful day for Arknight's kind. Doctor, am I interrupting anything? No, just curious how you got in when I didn't hear the door open. But yeah, I mean, I'm like 5 minutes in, but it is hype to play 2 more Babel. It's a good day for Arknight's kind. And hey, it's gonna be interesting to see more Doctor lore. It is interesting that ancient space ways cannot get overpathy. It would make sense that, you know, they just decided with terror in mind. I found a lot of secret passages. Those are ventilation shafts, Amir. Secret passages? Yeah, Gusha said not to tell anyone, so I haven't. No wonder Dr. Katsi can find you for checkups. You've been hiding there all along. I promise I won't run away if you go with me. Alright, I'll try to make the time. You've been really busy, Doctor. Calcite said even she has hardly seen you lately. I need to build the mega computer. And I see you. You're all by yourself, carrying a stack of papers, head down walking from one end of the corridor to the other. I mean, it would make sense that the Doctor basically turns into a workaholic, right? And puts blame on themselves. They are... I mean... I guess they were at least one of the people that created the original. Probably also Priestess. I'm not sure how many more people are involved in it. But, you know, you kinda fucked up a planet for sure. So I could see why you would put all your energy and time into just fixing that shit. If someone says hi to you, all you do is nod, then keep on walking without a word. That is just a polite thing to do though, come on, how else? I mean, I don't know what the culture's like on Terra, but honestly, it's just nodding at people while you're going through the streets. That is the way of life. Sounds like you're describing a really rude person. Sorry, Amir. No, that's not what I meant. You just seem really unhappy. Well, I did some funny war crimes. Why would you say that? Before we came to Woods Island, we were curious about everything. Huddled up with the Burden Beast this night. Crouched down to look at tiny rocks in the mines. Went to pick food from back beast stands. Enjoyed everything. Even the things that didn't interest me as a kid. Quona's 20,000-year-old man just having more childlike wonder than the child with childlike wonder. I assume that the writers will for a very long time not give the actual age of the Doctor or anything like that. Or maybe they will. But no, whenever I talk to you about something fun, all you say is, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Amir. Yes, it has the spirit of, I'm glad for you, or sorry that it happened. But I came to talk to you about it to make you feel happy. Are you unhappy because I'm not getting better? No, don't blame yourself, Pnui. It's not because of you, Amir. This is about me. And making cancer rocks. And you can hear noises outside the ship, can't you? Those are the screams of the damned that we feed to our bus. Wait, wrong gacha game. Yes, like the huge trills in Wimbledon. They're so noisy. I don't like them. Me, Parisa, Dr. Calcite. I have a lot of things to do. It's not your fault. Ark is not playing the story? But I never felt more betrayed. Alright. You have time today, Amir. Yes. I want to go up the deck and see the clouds. It's going to rain. They have very interesting shapes. I could talk for a long time if there was someone there to listen to me. Of course, but don't you have work to do? It's okay. I'll be done soon. I don't think we ever saw the top, or at least I did not see the top before. Amir. There comes a day when we cure oropathy. Not just for you, but for all of Terra as well. If it brings you... Honestly, at some point, I feel like I just need to schedule goddamn full art stream for your band. Makes sense you wouldn't shake off. Excuse me. Okay. Actually, I did never actually ask you afterward. So right now, I have one request as Silencer's vocalist. Then Petlopsis on the drums, but then you said you are confused. But you think... But now I think it's actually Savia, so let's change that and give Petlopsis a guitar. So you want basically Savia on the drums and Petlopsis on the guitar. Is that right? Am I following? And then I guess for Ifrit I can choose. If there comes a day when we cure oropathy, not just for you, but for all of Terra as well. When the day comes that Terrans no longer live in fear of origin and catastrophe. Let's go on a journey again, to see the rest of this great land. Yippee! This time we bring Calcite and... Origin will become the light that guides next civilization. All conscience shall foster new hope in Originum, until the end of time. Doctor, it's okay. Hey, you know what? Just make Silence the singer. It's fine that someone named Silence is the singer. Okay. Fair, fair, fair. That's gonna be the Mumu tomorrow unless I forget. Okay, I will try to divert your attention as much as possible. It's okay, the dog just passed out on the deck due to exhaustion. You know, it just happens. Thank goodness, it's not something serious. What about the wound on the doctor's arm? He might have some mental issues, kinda just rammed goddamn crystal into himself. Trying to contact oropathy. The doctor tried many ways. Living in dust, exposure to original dense environments, even a direct insertion with active originum. Try to get the doctor to stop. Ask Scout to do the same, but no one wants to see the doctor get hurt. Maybe the doctor is in more pain than we see on the surface. Imagine how much guilt the doctor is just having at this point. What about Amia? Happily frightened. She wouldn't stop crying. Took a lot of effort to get her to sleep. This is a sculpture? A gift from a rescued infected to the doctor. Do we just have a marble statue of the doctor? Can we have that in the foyer? Right next to our water fountain? Ace was the first to hear Mia's cry. He carried the doctor back and left this behind. See, Doctor? We've established connections with so many people. You're not alone. What are you hiding that you wouldn't even tell Calcid or me? The doctor told you won't help by Mia and Babel. I can feel that. I also can't help but feel that the doctor leaves some thoughts unsaid. Some concerns. Some doubts. I believe the sentiments were the result of such an abrupt awakening, that they would go away in time. But they haven't. The doctor is being torn apart by these unsaid things, tormented by hesitation, pain, and guilt. Perhaps I don't understand the doctor as well as I thought. I don't know how to ease the doctor's pain, if neither of us know what the doctor's thinking. Then the doctor of Babel will always be alone, all the love and respect notwithstanding. I'll see it. Yes. I'll explain to the doctor in time. Louisa puts her hand on the doctor's forehead. On the warm surface lies a past that she cannot fathom. Well, we just did a few funny crimes. I murdered like 5 civilizations. So light Eterna. Origin must rewrite all. I wonder if, like, basically Farisa is gonna be the welfare unit of chapter 14. What kinda makes sense, right? Only then is there value in existence. That's big walk. From the emergence of intelligent life to the lights in the cosmos and the maelstrom of the stars, Origin will continue to replicate and transform until even time ceases to exist. Yippee! We will have walk till the heat death of the universe. This is Originium? Originium. First light before the Big Bang. She said that only by covering every inch of the land of Originium, only by returning matter and time, tide and wonder, light and veiling to the vast ocean of information, only then we will find change and entrenchment, and avert the fate that is the end. Even though it's not a transformation, but a death. You know, turning everything into cancer rock and putting it basically in stasis? Yes. Wonder if the overall narrative will go that, you know, clinging on to the past kinda bad might have consequences for the here and now and your future. Because I guess it's kind of what the ancient ways try to do. But to be fair, I cannot blame people for, you know, wanting to survive. Also just very... It's not even a human thing, like, every living being has its own survival instincts. It's not an extinction, but a continuation. When was this memory? The doctor's emotion? Pain? Hesitation and... fear? Who was that, accompanying the doctor in despair? It's Priestess, I don't know. She's cool. No. Calcid said there was another. The grove of Richam is silent, beautiful, calm. While signs of life have been overgrown, civilization has vanished from this land. But Teresa feels only fear and suffocation. The memory is trembling, collapsing. Is the force somewhere trying to fix an error? The wisdom in the memory continues to grow, even assimilating Favisa's consciousness. How does that work? But yeah, I think we literally just made Kvegu. I feel like something like just the concept of Kvegu, even with whatever ancient civilization they were. I mean, I feel like they should have been aware at least of the consequences or something like that, right? Pavisa. Alcide? Yes, she was by my side. Pavisa! She seems to see the doctor, before her consciousness is fully absorbed by the nipple's origin light. Pavisa! What happened, Pavisa? What did you see? I saw a vision. It had assimilated the entire continent. The doctor felt pain and anxiety over it. I laugh, icing my whole planet. What's the doctor's memory? No. A dream? What? Honestly, I'm still also... I have seen some maps of Terra. And it kinda looks like basically everything is one gigantic continent, right? I wonder if we will ever have like more continents to the planet, or if this is all of Terra. I probably will also find out at some point. Give me a hand, Calcite. The feeling, the noise, and the wailing. Visa. I told you that origin once decided that this is the future of this land. There were two choices. We had to focus on tangible suffering. Catastrophe or apathy. Casting our eyes toward the future brought too much difficulty and too little meaning. Wasn't it the... Yeah, I think there's... I mean, there's like both very sus things in the north and south, right? From my understanding, which is basically Uncharted and has funny things. Isn't it like the Ursus... Was it called the Royal Guard? I forgot the name. But their spooky ability kinda based on thing they found just in the basically uninhabited northern parts of Terra. We had to focus on tangible suffering, catastrophe, or apathy. Casting our eyes towards the future brought too much difficulty and too little meaning. The doctor chose one of them. Future the doctor spoke of to me, personally. I could not forget that future the doctor described. Never, in all these years. But the other cold and empty thought has often shut up my spine in the middle of the night over the past 10,000 years. I cannot speak of it, but you can sense my anger with your power. That means that Civilite Eterna exists outside of the boundaries of language. So, Fevisa, if you saw a future that you're not willing to accept, I hope you, Civilite Eterna, can change the course. Only you can. New emote. I also did realize, okay, I will add this one just quickly. I hope it loads here. I did scam you, I mean I did refund your points. But you did want me to add the Mia emote twice because I did it not once instantly after the stream. But it is added now. And this one's also added. Yippee. You saw the sight of myself, or the doctor that is strange to you. Calcite? No, Calcite. That's not what I meant. The doctor's feelings towards Amir, towards us, towards you, are sincere. That is the truth. Trust the doctor, and trust me. I will find the answer to what is tormenting the doctor. And then... Doctor! Doctor, you're awake! What happened to me? You fainted as you were leaving the deck with Amir. Where's Amir? A little shaken, but she's fine. Still in bad shape. What were you thinking? I want to cure Mia's oropathy. I want to change the present state of the Sarkas. I want to walk among the civilization that I helped create, take in the vitality of new life. Something that we once had, but have long since lost. Even if everything that we see, all that we know, all that we cherish, no longer exists after a millennium. I mean, life is still worthwhile, even if it comes to an end. Just because there is basically, since our sun will die one day, and human civilization will realistically die out one day, it doesn't mean that your lives are meaningless or worthless. Nihilism is one hell of a truck you should not listen to. At least in my humble opinion. Enable administrator level encryption. Image number. Orange text in my video game? That's spooky. 0018. Admin. Activating recorder. Beginning video record. While I slept, wounds of our homeland nurtured new life. Urgent is what guides the development, reshaping the life forms from Talos too, have a similar appearance to us. I'm rather fortunate. I've been able to leap across the millennia to communicate with them. I've even considered myself one of the people of this land for a time, experiencing the past and future. But in the end, I'm not of fear. I've even begun to feel uneasy about Visa's efforts. The Origin project ends in failure, no, even if it's merely postponed for some time. Visa, Calcite, even the future that I promised to Amir. Inhabitants of this planet, some of the few life forms known to us, are but illusions that will break at the slightest touch. I've been lying to them and to myself for a very long time now, but how will I explain it to Calcite? Or to Visa? Or Mia? Am I supposed to tell them that all the pain they have been through is the key to their salvation? And they must stop fighting? Is this really salvation though? Is that salvation, Doctor? That all of Terran civilization is a fleeting dream, and only by being assimilated into Originum will we have the opportunity to avert our fate? I mean, I do know that Originum just, assimilates everything and kinda also saves the consciousness and everything. That is why we have to reconvene as an Enfield, right? But how does it actually feel like to be in the rock and everything? I don't, I'm not sure it's such a nice fate. Seeing the lives of those they call the infected dissipate like smoke brings pain to my heart. Has long been a common sight on Terra, but it always marks the end of life, sorrowful and cruel. It's been too long since I've heard a voice full of life. I can just see them as unexpected sparks. What I see cannot be called a warrior's death. Rather, they've given in to the Origim's assimilation, passing through death to join the assimilated universe, a chance where life can break through the deepest darkness. Should I bow in silence at their deaths? Or should I quietly rejoice at the smooth progression of the project? It is for this reason that Visa dedicates herself to her research. Calcite, our EMR-10, has also chosen to believe in the potential of terror, chosen to resist the regime and put an end to war. I mean, you know what? I feel like they're kinda right. It's just me. I might be biased, but honestly, if I would have to choose by being assimilated by, rock cancer and just that's my life, or live a life, I want to say a happy life, Okay, that sounds too doom. I probably will mostly lead a happy life, I hope. There will always be struggle and pain, but you know what? I'm still just choosing the 80 years of life. But that might be me. But what about me? The original project was built upon the efforts of countless generations. In that time, billions of our compatriots have died. All in exchange for a mere 10,000 years that I spent waiting and waiting. And now, the flint and tinder are my hands. After all the long years, how could I abandon it? Because Terra has left me pleasantly surprised in a few short years? Because of the choices that Favisa and Calcite made. Even Familia has moved me to compassion. Would I not have been the selfish one all along? They awake me to be their salvation. But in truth, I'm destined to bring them to annihilation. They awake me, the destroyer, as if I were the savior. Amir, Calcite, what should I do? Beasters, what should I do? Hey Ark, this might be kinda very spoilery what I'm reading. So you... Hi. How was stream? I think I did saw you start chapter 9, right? But you also did some ISing. I still need to finish that IS one, the monthly one, to be fair. It's the start of the month. The mouse start? Oh no. I saw... What else did you do then? What else did you do? But I hope it was a fun stream. Go check. I finished the second ending in IS6. I mean, honestly... Second ending, pretty neat then. Honestly, I still need to even get a second ending. Probably can do it on an easier difficulty, but I also just keep climbing difficulties. And shit kinda gets hard, man. But yeah, go check out Ark. He plays Ark Knights, which is a cool video game you might like if you're watching this stream. But yes, I will go back to this the past of the Doctor. That is, the Doctor might have done some funny war crimes. It's kinda cool, very based. Perhaps I should reveal everything to Calcite and Favisa. Originum has led them down roughly the correct path. Arrogant though it may be, this has been sufficient for these souls to perform a new kind of miracle. Perhaps I must re-examine Favisa and Calcite's plan. Babel's research has proceeded faster than expected, but Terra's political structure is rather primitive, and Babel does not yet have the ability to transcend the barriers of race and nation. They may represent Terra as a whole. Believe in Terra, believe in the people to build their own future. Carry on with the project. At least the vestiges of those who came before can live on within Originum. Believe in her. Stop her. That's a nice sky. How could I ever blame you? I understand your dilemma. Our debates are far beyond what those little life forms known as humans could participate in. But it's the only way. You and I both know that much. If, perhaps, we still have time before its return, we can envision things together, achieve them together, describe anything and everything within the boundaries of the universe together. I hope that in those fragile moments you will always stand by my side. You will, won't you? And that concludes my report, Your Highness. The military commission seems to be certain we take Region C8 to 10's village and supplies, but by building an outpost there, they've already fallen into a trap. There are, however, some officers who have begun to use tactics completely different from mine, fates. This is highly irregular. Yandere much? You know, isn't that the best kind of girlfriend? Our spies have reported seeing Nachtseers entering the troops' camp. Assassin. What does the doctor make of it? The doctor believes that no matter how the Sarkas, god of war, intends to participate in this conflict, our arrangements will be thrown into complete disarray. What about you? Everyone is well aware that many members of the royal court have always favored the military commission, which advocates for reprisals and violence. But on account of certain restrictions, ones that you might even call rules of convention, none of them are willing to participate in the civil war. If the sovereigns were to decide to wage war upon us in Castle, those Sarkas who have not yet returned would once more be unable to find Babel on the map. Practically speaking, if the court sides against us, military gap will be concerning, plus those who support us are, for the most part, not warriors or soldiers. Well, we made it out living, so for many of our troops, this is the first time they have ever held a weapon. This is why I must speak my mind. No matter how you look at the facts, our situation is changing dramatically. I understand. Keep monitoring the Nachtseer court. If Nessuslam is no longer holding back, then Dukaril is likely to act as well. For 3 weeks in a row, the Rose River side has no canoes. What? Okay. The Rose River side is the most excellent spy network. They're able to deceive anyone they so wish, except for the Sovereign Lord. Tell them to pull out immediately. Leave Castle if they must. Buy low in other lands. It will be done. I'll take my leave then, Highness. Royal Court. They possess the most direct capacity to use force. Nessuslam only agreed to hand over command because he was promised a war to reshape the land. Also rather troublesome is a challenge that we would have had to face sooner or later, if we were to achieve all that we hope for. Babel does not blindly reject violence. It is clear to us that, if necessary, we must use force to defend our beliefs. This also means that the Sarkas will further devour themselves, rendering the hate they hold for the land by setting themselves ablaze. It will mean the end of us. Defeating the military commission will not solve all our problems. We must give closer to those Sarkas who have grown up, knowing only hatred and suffering, in other regards as well. Yeah, and no, turns out I don't think we can defeat them. As for Apathy and Originum, we... Hello? Please enter. Your Highness. It's like the whole Babel gang. Your wounds have not yet fully healed, Ascalon. There's no need for you to make your report in person. Yeah, but that's boring otherwise. I recovered. Besides, this is top priority. Hildra's team has successfully intercepted a witchcraft decoder. The doctor has already begun deciphering our enemy's codes. I believe we should see results soon. Is that so? Venus? W? You've done very well! Huh? Thank you, Your Highness. I hope we'll crack our enemy's comms as quickly as possible, so we can plan our next ops. Where's your captain, by the way? Hilda took a few flesh wounds. Nothing too serious. Only lost like a right arm. He's getting treated in an infirmary right now. If that's the case, then I will not waste your time. Go to him. Of course. Thank you kindly, Highness. W just awkwardly standing around. W? What? Go to Hilda. Oh, Alright, got it. Guess he still ain't dead. Is that all? Highness, I have other business. It reminds me. I still haven't thought of a real name for the girl, have I? 1093 winter. This rainy at the castle border. So it's gonna be sad. The doctor listens to the pitter-patter of the rain on the leaves, eyes closed. I mean, that is super relaxing. Rip. Drop. The doctor's heart rages, filled with torment. A foul beast cries out in the distance. Answer my questions, or die here. Ask away. Are you betraying Babel? I'm supposed to say name, I love name. It's fine, it's fine. It was a huge break. So, to make it short, was there anyone that you didn't love that appeared so far? I do love Ascalon. I still hope I can get Ascalon from Certs. I'm not sure if I can afford her. I need to pull more, but I can also not afford to pull. It's kind of so... I mean, okay, I'm gonna derail now in talking about the economies of this game. Like, I really still want to go like 300 pulls into the rank banner and get Shoe, probably. There's nobody that you don't love. Okay, it's... You love everyone. That honestly... I think there's not really characters I would say that I straight up dislike in Arknights or like badly written. But yes, I want to do 300 pulls on the rank banner. I'm not sure I can do 300 pulls on the next limited banner since I guess I still would like to do it, but yeah, then there will be the whole Monster Hunter collab banners, and that is like basically 200 pulls I will need to save for that too. So maybe I go 300 on the rank banner, 200 on the next limited banner. Maybe not even to 200, just keep pulling till I have like limited character and the other banner character. I do want both of them. I also don't want to directly spoil. I don't know if anybody's in chat that, you know, doesn't want Chinese spoilers. But yeah, those will be pulls. But I think at least Ascalon should be in the search shop after the rank banner, and I feel like doing like 300 pulls should give you so many certificates. I hope. Anyways. I've never been a Babel member, but I've also never abandoned them to face their struggles alone. This is where doctors technically truth. Why have you come to me? I have a request. I will not speak to a myth with no name, evil spirit. Who are you? Liber. Dr. Liber. That's we are just James Bond. That is a bigger statue. Liber. Croesus lowers his weapon, vein falling from the corners of his eyes onto the earth. He does not look at the one who invited him to this clandestine meeting, instead gazing upwards at the colossal statue of so-called heroes. It's a bit sad to not actually see the hero. I still want to know who the mythical heroes of legend are for the sagas. I mean, it's Theresis and Theresa, but who else? Who else? Celsius ways to commemorate the founding of the nomadic city of Kassel by a pair of twins. Even after 100 years, his stone self still stands, sword drawn by her side, despite the best efforts of Catastrophe and Storm. Not long after she had crushed the rebellion that sought to destroy the new city, the joyful people of Castle invited us to witness the unveiling of these two statues. Heroes. We had to watch over the border we had marked with our own two hands for generations to come, warning our foes, welcoming our friends. I once swore an oath to her below her statue. My sword would be at all who stand against her. Well, but what if she is her own biggest enemy? Have you ever considered that? The doctor stares at the statue of Vises, gaze unbreaking. Does the military commission not stand against her? No, there's no part of Castle that's fully risen up against her. Her foe is me, and me alone. And what of you? Vises looks at the figure before him, rainwater gathering at the hem of a long hooded coat, rhythmically tipping onto the ground. The shallow puddles below ripple as falling drops strike them. You ought to remember that most Sarkas who once lived here have long since died, lost to history. There are only a handful left who know how to find this place. You came here on foot. How far have you walked? I ordered a Uber. Very far. You have broken the witchcraft cipher created by Manfred's team that he's so proud of. I did it a long time ago. I just never told anybody. Wait, I guess it was handy for the doctor to have this now, but... Infavisa believes that I only began my work recently. Meaning, I'm in possession of nearly all of the military commission's battle plans. So I created this opportunity to meet you, alone. You're confident that I would not kill the strategist who poses the greatest threat? I'm confident what I'm about to offer is worth enough that you wouldn't. Technology that can control originum. How far can you go under so much pressure from Victoria? How do you plan to completely change the Sarkas and even this entire land? I can give you the answer you need. You are a boastful one. So, what is this you wish me to do, evil spirit? No, I feel like that might kinda count as betraying Babel if you ask me, Doctor. Destroy Babel, scatter her followers. Let Favisa in on your plans. Unify the Sarkas under a castle ruled by the military commission. The doctor has imagined the emotions that speaking these words would incite many times over. Well, whatever the doctor planned kinda worked out, right? Visa's back with the Sarkas commission and everything. Babel has fallen. I guess it is still reformed under Wolf's Island though. But for all intents and purposes, Doctor did succeed here. But he is a super genius. Doctor is very smart. Destroy Babel. When a sense of relief came over the doctor. Doctor stares at the statue of Favisa, unmoving without the slightest hint of emotion. She and I have never relied on the charity of our enemies, at the course of leading Castle to where it stands today. It is true that this war will only end with the decisive defeat of one of us. But you should not be the one to propose it. Proceed. Tell me more of why you would make this request, evil spirit of an age long gone. You already know, there are no surprises here. Considering the near 200 years you and Favisa spent working together, you should be able to guess. I seek expansion of Richnum. Babel's struggles will only prolong the dying gasps of this land, Theresis. No matter if you resist it or accept it, Richnum will take on myriad forms, throwing all civilization into her embrace. What a weak mindset, Dr. SMH. Have you ever looked up at the sky? Beyond that sky, far beyond the twin moons, there's a place that we would once return to, where we would sleep peacefully. But, and the only one left, here speaking with you, and the course of the Sagas' eternal search for the remains of dead gods to fend off your enemies. Have you ever wondered, why did those gods die? When intensifies, the doctor was tied at the trademark hood and stands below the towering statues. The shadows of the statues envelop the doctor, making this figure seem ever more insignificant. Risa suddenly feels that the one standing before him in the vein is even harder to read than before. The burden I bear is greater than the future of the Sakas. If I must destroy some things to create a ladder I hope for, I will do it. It's all I can do. I've already hesitated for far too long. Destroy some things to create a ladder. Have you just tried cutting some wood? Speak lightly of sacrifice. Nothing light here, Theresis. Believe me when I say, you couldn't even conceive of what I've been through. Okay. Must suck to be the doctor and like watching how basically all they know perishing and, you know, being left alone. But yeah. I guess probably at some point to see how many survivors actually exist. I mean, I feel like there is a chance there was more sarcophaguses? What is the plural of that? But yeah. Maybe Doctor just needs a hug. He needs Doctor needs priestess for sure, and then just they can make out. And where do I see your sincerity for our cooperation? But it's fine. I'm sure priestess and doctor would just make out, no conflict. Is the shard not enough for you? Otherwise, even with the help of the Confessari, it is not. It is far from enough, evil spirit. It is only enough to spare your life. Only enough to stop me, leader of the military commission, from killing a fated foe here and now. I require an even more direct means to advance this war to the next stage. If you wish for the Babel members to be spared, then so be it. The military commission promised you that as long as Babel concedes defeat and departs castle, it will not exterminate those who desert or surrender. But you know what you must do in return? No, you can't. Who would have thought that the evil spirit who so roused the interest of the Nachtseher King would be such a coward? Dr. just loves thinking, okay? You can't both let Favisa live and allow the Babel members to leave safely. It's a total contradiction. I mean, all this time, I feel like it was very framed. I guess we do fake in a second. It was very framed that it felt like very much Favisa just died in a sacrifice, right? I guess maybe we just orchestrated her death and kinda faked it. It would explain why she is still around, you know? Well, I'm sure it will make sense. But yeah, let's do the 3-minute ad and a quick break. Go have a nice drink or something. Be right back. Okay, it is time to witness the destruction of Babel. Otherwise, it would merely be a case of the military commission quashing, dispersing yet another group of civilians, migrants and pacifists. Even without my order, such things will happen naturally. I think it was for reasons that was also doing us a solid, right? To not like kinda just kill off all of Babel in the past. Perhaps he believed that Theresa would be willing to step back and watch it before her eyes. She will not, and so she will resist. Okay, but can somebody resist if we are stabbing them into their hearts, like 5 times? You know what I ask of you. If you truly wish to save the many who stand by your side, make them willingly admit defeat and surrender to me. Then, slay their king. And then, we'll allow Babel to leave. As it collapses, it will no longer be considered a Sarkis endeavor, and will grow weak, drifting to the edges of civilization. Destroy some things to create a ladder, Ira. You're right. There's nothing light about this. Otherwise it would be a lighter instead. Man, I'm funny. But man, I kinda love the implication that it also means, I guess, Doctor did not really lose or have like any big losses. Like, Doctor lost like smaller battles and encounters for sure, but like the only defeat they experienced is basically also just thanks to them betraying their own group. In your opinion, what is the meaning behind the Civil War? What meaning would her death hold? Reclaiming our lands, rebuilding our homes, ending discrimination. We are getting there, my man, we are getting there. Revitalizing our ways. We have heard these platitudes many times. They're too complex, and yet too simple. Really a small and pitiful species trying to grasp at their fate. I see. In that case, I will tip the scales of destiny. Destroy Babel, divide them, weaken them. Allow them to return to their former lives, so they can know a moment of peace in the final century. That way, we don't have to kill Theresa, or at the very least, we can minimize the loss of life. You know? Also, just thinking about it, a lot more understandable how hardcore angry Calcid and W are at the Doctor, you know, straight up betraying them. Fretting over violence serves only to stifle you. You understand the Sarkis better than most, but perhaps still not well enough. I think they can, like, empathize with more or less a dying race. I have a question myself, Dr. Lyra. Evil spirit of a bygone age. You who call yourself a giant. A god. A supreme creator. One who can dictate the fate of the Sarkis. Are you the only one of your kind? I am. That is good to know. Go now, without guilt, and do what you have decided to do. If you worry there will be no one to tear you down from your lofty heights or judge your sins, don't. I will do it, evil spirit, until there are none left to toy with our fate. The Doctor listens to the splashing of the puddles behind, the sound of footsteps fading into the distance. Rhesus is gone, wishing to stay not a moment longer. Pale sunlight begins to seep through the gaps between the statues. The Doctor cannot feel the slightest bit of warmth from it. The heroes continue to gaze into the distance. They do not look beneath their feet. I sense a figure who does not leave for a long, long time. I'm so bad at keeping track of it. Was this the before, was it the after? Was it before? Early 1094. Nomadic city of Castle. Located in Castle. Please wait, General. You are too impatient. But General! The Duke's envoy was almost ready to spit on. Did we get what we wanted? We got partial usage rights for the industrial area and a right across the border, but did it have to be so humiliating? Victorian dukes have you at their beck and call, treating us suckers like tamed beasts. This is not what our soldiers we deployed from the Civil War were promised, General. This is not all that we desired. Perhaps you would prefer the Victorians treat the Sarkas as their greatest enemy from the beginning, banding together to face us. I understand. No, it's necessary for our enemies to think us weak, but this? When even our ranks feel this is terribly dishonorable. I promised them honor. Do the Sarkas have honor in the eyes of the Victorians? You've been far too impetuous lately, Manfred. Dignity is of high import. You fight for the rights of your men, and thus do people respect you. At these ordinary times, perhaps I too would commend you. Do you remember what we are here to do? We are preparing to steal the heart of a nation. To bring the greatest empire on this great land to its knees. The prejudices have left them weak, their sarcasm and hunger. What we truly need is neither honor nor respect. We need cunning. I understand. Our men prepared, ready to depart at a moment's notice. Our people sent in advance Londinium will support us. The final deadline for our arrival, as dictated by the Duke of Cavendish's request, is fast approaching. We can set out at any time. Good. Then we march to destroy Victoria. Have you been on duty this entire time? Yes, sir. Stand down for now. We should be alone for a while. Of course, sir. Once the guards leave, Manfred takes out a wine glass he had placed to the side. Yes, he has plans for tonight. Takes out a drink and book. Careful, a drink. You never drank before. I still don't. But the general has ordered me to learn Victorian etiquette, all preparation for our upcoming duty. I've learned rather recently that those nobles pair every meal with multiple kinds of wine, each requiring its own unique glass. No, yeah, it is kinda horrible. Remember when we were young and the general led us to an ancient battlefield for swordplay? The night was cold, and only after the general made some soup did we realize we had nothing to hold it in. Thankfully, the battlefield was nothing short of spent shells. They used those to fashion 4 cups. You, me, the general and her highness, carrying cups made out of shell casings while sitting in front of the fire. Ooh, alcohol. I mean, you would be first in line to get like... Okay, I don't think you're a wine drinker, are you? But you would get all the alcohol. I remember. It was a peaceful night. Just like this one. Right until somebody dies. The frigid moonlight of late winter falls through the window. Manfred rests his hand up in a sword hilt that was equally as cold. They are still, and 2 of them can hear the other's heartbeat. You're going to Londinium tomorrow. I know you wish to see the general. And you couldn't, otherwise you wouldn't have come to see me. I gave up. Haunted it when I caught a glimpse of him from a distance. The first thought that came to my mind was that I should kill him. There and then. Then you should applaud yourself for maintaining some reason. And so you decided to come to me. I heard you've improved your swordsmanship. Why don't we see for ourselves? I have wine. Nice. So do you also have the proper wine glass for it? I've never been able to best you. Don't beg for mercy before you've even fallen. I do plan to get drunk the next time my mom leaves. Fair. I mean... fair. Just don't get too drunk. Or if you get too drunk, make sure to play a shooter game afterwards for the extra aim. There was the one time we fought in Her Highness' study. We knocked down an entire bookshelf, and General took our weapons away, and made us tidy up the room for 30 minutes. I mean, this honestly sounds reasonable. I knew that he did it on purpose, wanting attention from their highness. Is that so? Ascalon hides herself away into the shadows in the blink of an eye. Another blink, and Manfred feels a chill running across the side of his neck. He didn't have the time to draw his sword and fight back. He didn't have the time to even think about fighting back. Perhaps he was too tired. Man. If I cut your neck here, at least there will be no need for you to die in Londinium. And just throw your corpse into the furnace. It would probably speed up things quite a lot. I mean, imagine if Ascalon actually just killed Favises then and there. Wonder how different Terra history would have been. It would spare many from dying on a distant battlefield in a foreign land. If you made your decision, then kill me here. It will be your final chance. You've made yours, I see. The general says you lack conviction. I don't think he's entirely correct. Shouldn't speak so much when someone has your life in her hands. It's only recently that I've realized I'm not as resolute as you. We've been brought to where we are by the invisible tides of fate. But ever since the day this war started, there's no going back for us. Then do your best to survive. I won't hold back next time. Silent Assassin stows her blade up her sleeve and slowly steps back into the shadows. Neither will I. If only this was our last meeting. What's Island of Babel? A cold wind scatters the thick clouds of late winter, allowing sunlight to peek through the gaps and spread out across the pitch of the ship. On the stairs, Ascalon sends are moving by a guardrail. She shuts her eyes tight, showing the fleeting warmth of the sunshine. Above the stairs, there's a clear rustling of cloth tugging against the ground. A shadow flit across the assassin's face, blocking out the rays of sunlight. Sorry, Ascalon. Did I disturb your rest? Thought I wouldn't make any sound if I took off my shoes. Revisa's trying to skill into stealth. No, you're welcome at any time. The ground's cold. You should put your shoes back on, Your Highness. Nothing you wish to tell me, Ascalon? You mean... Reason returned to Castle. It was my own decision. I thought you wouldn't agree. I didn't know how to bring it up with Your Highness. Why would I not agree, Ascalon? It was your decision. What was your judgment? Did you manage to see them? Manfred and Teresa's are both well. I can't believe that. They're strong men. We should finish our preparations soon as well. Operation to retake Castle isn't too far off now. Yeah, would be a tragedy if something happened. Yes, your paws seem even more forward than before. The recent combat plans have been radical, but they've won us some battles too. Still, I've been feeling uneasy. It's like it's almost too easy. Papa has changed a lot, especially... Yes, the doctor. The doctor has changed a lot too. Become more efficient, more clinical. It's like the doctor's now a machine that never makes mistakes. That's just what a commander should be, no? Why would that make you worry? You've got an incredible commander now, sure. But I think it was the weirdo who kept falling off a burden beast more. Well, you know, it is easier to follow a human than a machine, for sure. It's now reality. It's now really the best time to attack Castle, Your Highness. Relation has always been on the mark. We've had your worries too. You remember? We faced countless insurmountable odds over the years. We've overcome them all. I believe that we can go to what comes next as well. Well, kinda. We've always been in danger, yes. Babel carries the hopes of many, Ascalon. Dave has gotten us this far. We cannot stop now. We've always been at a disadvantage against the military commission. Now, most of the forces have redeployed to Londinium. It is a one-of-a-kind opportunity. We have no choice. Why would we think about it being a trap? I'll be at your side, keeping you safe. No, Ascalon. In the future, must go further afield to protect others. Relax for now, and bask in the sunlight for a moment. Your Highness? Alright, remember not to always rest on your feet. You're tired, you should go enjoy a nice nap in your room. I remember. Start snapping. The sunlight shines on Ascalon's face once more. It is bright and warm. The moment the shadow faded away, she suddenly felt some peculiar emotion flooding to her chest. By the time she was able to describe what it was, it dawned on her many years later, on another sunny day, was an unwillingness to part ways. Londinium, Victoria. Mercenaries! Message from His Grace the Duke. Storming Londinium like this was well done. Assemble in Sandville in an hour. You'll be reviewed there, and you'll receive your bounty. Hey, did you get all that? Just force him off the wall. Yes, your orders have been received. We'll let the Duke know on my behalf that we will be there on time. The Sarkas thank him for his generosity. Uppity devils. It could well be a very fine day in Londinium. Yep, the finest days looks at the cloudy weather. If it were not for the gun smoke filling the air, from atop the towering city walls, one can see the entire lay of this ancient city. The general in his blood-stained uniform says not a word, his gaze fixed on the great edifice in the center of the city. In the skies above Londinium, a dark cloud floats by. Also, I guess one thing I wonder is, I guess they kinda overall kept secret what happened, or what will happen with the betrayal, right? I kinda feel like otherwise there would be not so many people from the original Babel being okay with following the Doctor at this point, right? They all still seemed like to respect them so much when we rescued the Doctor and everything. Spring 1094. What's Island of Babel? I knew it'd come, Ascalon. I'm the only one left. Indeed. After a few years here, you're the only one left out of everyone I knew. Right, the life of a mercenary, huh? Not sure what you know and what you don't. It's fair. I mean, we will see, right? We will see. I also still just assume Julie's gonna die. And it is that. I don't know what it is, but I really do like her design. can I get a playable truly, please? This upcoming mission of yours. In Londinium. You knew that already. To tell you the truth, I'm a little bit bothered by it. This is my first time going undercover. But it's the first time for me to step outside of Castle. I heard you used to travel around for months? It's not the same as going to Victoria, though. You're going to be a sleeper agent for Visas' mercenary army. When the time is right, you'll be provoking an armed rebellion. Will killing Visas really solve our problems? No, the military commission is no longer reliant on any one strong man. This is exactly what Visas wants. The best way for you to accomplish your mission is to cause a disturbance at the right time. There will sow doubts among the Victorian dukes. They can do the dirty work for you. Yippee! I love just making others do my work. Londinium is the heart of Victoria. You've got nowhere to run. The city will witness the downfall of the entire military commission. And then you guys will beat up the whole Nachtseher court and take back Castle. Right? Still, Julie, you should... Oh, don't be like that! I've been undercover before. It's just... You know, having to fool both Visas and the Victorians at the same time? I've barely met any feline who can do that. I've even been practicing my Victorian just for this. That's not what I meant. Never mind. Here, for you. What's this? My old clothes? My name's been sewn into the lining? Did Her Highness do this? Her Highness wanted to give this to you in person. I don't want you two to meet at this moment. I would rather she not have to suffer too much. So instead I will be sad. You know what I mean? You know that everyone involved in this plane is considered sacrificed already. Her Highness knows this. She wanted to say goodbye to you all in person. But it would only make it hard for her to sleep at night. I mean, I guess nice to take the burden off her, but isn't that kind of the thing you should do as a leader still and have to live with the guilt? I feel like that makes you a good leader, right? Like, it's a lot more acceptable to do sacrifice and everything if you, you know, actually also acknowledge what the hell you're doing. Okay, so yeah, you lied. So I lied to her. I told her you all left earlier than planned. Good. I'm sorry, Julie. I might have wanted to meet Her Highness too. Julie does not reply. She strokes the name soon onto her clothes with lean, feeling its rough texture in silence. Julie. She remembers how Her Highness would teach them lessons. She's more used to killing people than learning things in a classroom. Also, she would doze off as she didn't understand the thing. She knew in her heart that everything Her Highness said was right. That's why she has never raised a question in class. That's probably also not how you're a great student, but you go, you, Julie. Who wouldn't want to see Her Highness one last time? But I don't mind, it's you who gives me this. I've learned a lot from you in these past few years too. Ah, you're not thinking that you might be more qualified for this mission than I am, are you? I feel like... Isn't Ascalontas made for infiltration though? No, I'm not. There are some people who actually mentioned you at a meeting earlier. But we all agree that it's best if you stay in Castle with Her Highness. As for me, I've always been on my own. So I was the first to suggest we could go and join Scout's team. Remember, I've already applied for it. That was just because I wanted to learn everything I could from a hero. Also that I could beat you one more time. We fight more or less in the same way. That's kind of a bummer leaving without having sparred enough with you. I really wouldn't be telling all this if it wasn't for the fact that I'm about to head off already. Do you have anything else you'd like to say? Nope. Never expected my first time leaving home would also be my last. I also never expected the person sending me off would be the unsmiling, silent head assassin who's always standing by the king's side. Answer me honestly, Ascalon. What's it like out there, in the lands beyond Castle? No, kinda neat. They have some nice cuisine and tea, I guess. Ascalon does not answer. It seems that Julie did not expect to receive one in the first place. Julie simply gets up and leaves at a languid pace, as though she was just heading off to get a bottle of top-notch wine. Ascalon watches her as she walks off into the distance. Suddenly feels like there's something unfamiliar about Julie. Same feeling as she were unable to recognize her own reflection in the mirror. Few months later, village on the outskirts of Londinium. Come out already. There's no use hiding. Ask her mom. Imagine what a great mom Ascalon would be, but she also would notice everything the child would do wrong. You just want to play video games at night with your Nintendo DS, I guess would be your Nintendo Switch under your blanket, and suddenly there would just be her staring at you under the blanket too, and you have no idea how she even got there. Received the info while in the city that there's a squad heading off the castle. That must be you lot, right? You've blocked off all the other voids out of this village. Don't even think about passing through me here. That's oddly specific. Maybe I just want to see Ascalon in my bed. Okay. Got you. I've been talking to Ascalon on my blanket. See, Musty gets it. Look at your wounds and all. I doubt you could beat a civilian in a state like this. She shakes her sword with disdain, taking off the blood on it. Or maybe you're waiting for your buddies to come help you out? That is all dead? That's a doornail. All your friends are dead, so why does it feel like you're breathing a sigh of relief? Death is but a mercy, my friend. Who the hell are you guys? That does not matter. Your blade struck too. She hears the assassin fake out and laughter under her blade. Only once he has finally stopped breathing does she peel off his mask. Truly freezes. He thinks hard for a long while before finally realizing the identity of the suckers, based on the marked birthmark by the corner of his eye. His portrait had been circulated around the Scar Market's Book of Bounties before. He had many aliases, but nobody knew what his real name was. He has been active for far too long enough to become the subject of boasts and quips from drunken mercenaries. He is the boogeyman, let's go. But the two horns that marked his bloodline and identity have been cut clean off, leaving eternal scars on his head. Those other masked nutjobs willing to die for their cause, did he also like chopping off their horns? Did he need to go this far to muster enough courage to assassinate Her Highness? Was it because he had to bear steel against the King of Sarkas, against one of the 6 heroes? Whatever. I can tell you just by looking at you all that you haven't dealt with Her Highness Teresa before. Well, don't you worry, I'll burn away your faces. Sure, you'll return in some real stinky charcoal, or a beast being remembered as a sinner. You guys can go back to Castle. That's the only thing I can do to help you. To be honest, I don't think you and I are all that different. I can't go back to Castle either. It's time for some nice barbecue. Julie and her companions pile up the assassins' corpses, set the grisly pyramid alight, then set off in the direction of Londinium. The place behind them crackles, before it suddenly pops up in Julie's mind. Furnace and Castle doesn't sound like this. What was it like? She heard it all the time when she was little. I didn't remember any of it. Man. Surely one day she gets to go home again. For real, for real. I see it. All these have been deployed to all the key strategic points. Good. Listen up. There's a clear power gap between us and the military commission. Laying siege to castle would have been an impossible operation, so we sent in a squad of 5 overqualified top operators. But thanks to the Duke of Cavendish's ultimatum, Avisus has marched to Londinium earlier than planned. Castle now only has some of the royal court factions aligned with the military commission to oversee it. He has almost abandoned the city. This has no doubt left both the civilians and remaining soldiers in disarray. It is the old hack. I guess we will see more for in like chapter 16, right? Once the banner of the military commission falls, Highness Avisa will proclaim that they have abandoned Castle, and in turn proclaim the liberation of Castle by Babel. It's order, my man. This battle line will be formed by multiple points rather than an entire front. We must strike swiftly and precisely. Wonder what they're gonna do overall with order for the rest of the storyline. You know, after getting so much build up. Due to disparity in military strength, almost every single one of our armed personnel who still heeds the command of Babel has been assigned to taking the city. Thus, the landship's defense will be relatively weak. The Highness Avisa will remain on the landship to balance the situation. We will retain a suitable force to guard the ship too, under my personal command. Man, would be very easy to assassinate Avisa then. Once the city gates of Castle have been broken open, the path to the Soul Furnace has been made safe, the Highness will meet with the main army at all speed. We have 6 hours to storm the city, else the military commission will have the opportunity to organize a powerful counterattack. If that time comes, our weaker Babel forces will be exposed to danger. By the light of the setting sun, Babel will capture the furnace, the royal court's chamber, and the banner of Babel will rise with the moons. And when that time comes, we all will celebrate with some nice wine. A ceasefire will sound across all Castle. I faith that we will all succeed. But Doctor's not wrong, there will be end to the civil war after this day. Wonderful organization, Doctor. Just some big talk meant to boost morale. I'm sure Calcid and our experienced fighters can see right through it. Babel is going to take heavy losses. It's not quite Avisa's style, allowing so many flaws to get exposed. But I trust you, Doctor. I believe that with this price you must pay, we can take back Castle. If Avisa is going to fight for the power he most craves on Londinium, our assumptions are correct. Once he tears apart that empire, we'll set his sights back on the city. Is there no room for 2 castles on this great land? No, there can only be one chosen land. Perhaps there is, but if we are to split our combined strength from 2, then we will not be able to resist the next invasion of our enemies. That's fair, I mean, honestly, so curious, like, if the Sagas would actually succeed in more or less taking over Victoria and turning that into Castle, I mean, I guess it's also not even the main goal, because it would just retaliate, like, so many countries and attack them, right? Like, so many nations would be, like, justified in attacking the Sagas at that point. Moreover, while the city can always be rebuilt, what the Sagas have been truly failed to do for millennia is to unify. Even the military commission failed to gather together all the surviving factions of the royal court. Are you wondering if things would be different if it was the Avisus who wore the crown? It probably would be. No, they wouldn't. The Sagas would come rushing into the city, escaping from wars and trying to feed themselves, but still band together and fight their king. To band together, such a simple yet unimaginable way to put it. Indeed. According to Calcid's rough calculations, the population of Sagas currently living in Castle only constitutes 30 to 40% of all Sagas across Terra. Unification under the banner of hate would be effective, yet short-lived. Unification under peace allows us to discuss development and our future. But that is hard, and starting wars is easy. It's not that Avisus or the Sagas does not understand all this. Just that the war broke out anyway. Even if we take Castle back, Doctor, perhaps this war will still go on. But maybe it will do for now. After our victory, I'd like you to take a look around the city. It's my home, the home of many Babel members. Does also Kal'Cith's home? You fought for Babel for so long, that you've never set foot in the homeland of our memories. I haven't been a very good host in this deal of ours, have I, Doctor? Well, cannot blame you on that one. Probably would be super interesting for the Doctor to see the Soul Furnace though, I imagine. See how the Soul Furnace brings light and heat to Castle. The city built on our pain. We might see why we are so greedy in our desire for a peaceful tomorrow. I will. Outskirts of an abandoned town. More things in town, Otter. We're still pursuing the remaining mercenaries. They've pretty much all holed up inside some abandoned buildings. I'm afraid it will take a while to root them all out. Don't be reckless. Pay attention to the time and don't forget what the doctor said. Our objective is to clear the flanks and regroup on the battlefront as soon as possible. I know. If not for the doctor's contingency plan, we most likely would have been gotten by that ambush of theirs. But something strange in this. It's clear that this town's right in the path of the catastrophe. So why would this gang of mercs risk ambushing us here? I'm still investigating that myself. We just need to find their leader then, Ascalon. Also, I can't guarantee that they'll have answers we need. I know, stay safe. The catastrophe. Its brutal winds batter Ascalon. Faint blasts from the horizon distract her, so they're reminding her. VR doesn't walk along this path. It's you. It is Mr. Scar-Eye himself. Long time no see. You've grown, Ascalon. You really have toughened yourself up on the battlefield over the last few years. I assumed you would have joined that man in huddling behind Londinium's walls like a coward. That's not a true sarcasm. Me? Follow the Regent? I'm afraid you've got that wrong, Ascalon. Mercenaries never follow anyone. All we care about is profit. Yeah. I mean, wouldn't there be so much profit in Londinium though? Imagine all the plundering you could be doing, man. Here in Castle, the only thing that helps you earn that profit is violence. Lucky for us that we have the knack of sniffing it out. Cool looking sprite. He has a very nice design. I do kinda really like the mask. Naturally, I'm happy to help everyone see what prospects might show up on this list of jobs in a suitable manner. After all, the Scar market never makes wrong investment decisions. Till you die. Ascalon's sleeve blade stabs at the giant's back, only to find his hand blocking the attack. I like the horns. Fair. It seems that his hand had been there all along. No movement is detected. Sorry, the professors told me about this. You thought that you could stop us yourself. I'm afraid that he's living in a fantasy. Wrong again, Ascalon. The mercenaries are here because of the Regent's commission. Yes. And it's none of my business. But have you ever wondered why I am here? I'm here to see you, Ascalon. A completely unrelated matter. You owe me still for the milk. Ascalon, the town. Another ambush. Otter? Otter! Well, Otter's that. I didn't see you could leave, Ascalon. The moment those people stepped into the town, the fates were sealed. You can't save them. Do you still remember the first time we met? We are already at the confluence of fate. Here I see a rather abrupt ending. I've always wondered, could I change that ending? Perhaps I could fetch up a stone from the rough rapids of destiny and place it wherever I want. See what ripples for the wires that should not exist in the first place. Can't believe you killed all of us like that. Yeah, man. You just need to accept that One Piece is not real, okay? Could the Cyclops control prophecy? I mean, honestly, in his shoes, I fucking would try to avoid my death. I guess maybe you have other perspective if you actually, you know, can see into the future, kinda, but man, you know, seeing your death must be kinda awful. Get lost. Or die. I already told you, there's no need to try for any surprise attacks. I can see them coming. Research has taught me many things, but there's only one thing I remember clear as crystal. Play in my hand can solve most of my problems. Violence is the answer to all of your problems. Exactly, exactly. You don't wanna get sued? Just kill the man that is trying to sue you. Sky. Can you see nothingness? Can you defeat somebody that has an empty mind? No thoughts, head empty. A thick mist mingled with dust spreads across the area. Everything is indistinct. The assassin's figure gradually becomes a blur in the fog. Doesn't matter if it's fate or prophecy. I've heard enough of your tricks. You believe you can see beyond time? You believe you can rely on fate to guide you to your profit? But you're nothing more than an addict playing at fortune teller in the end, Sky. Ascalon's voice fades away. The giant's ears only hear the wind. The giant's eyes only see the mist. Strange. Even though he can see 100 different ways of his own death whenever he wakes up. Now, he sees none. Back. That is some very nice art. I mean, I do like Ascalon a lot, but she looks badass. Look at her. His mask shatters. Here it is. I kinda would love to actually see this man's face, but I think we will never do that. His eyes had been hidden beneath that mask for nearly a century. He doesn't need them to see reality. Too many people, too many things, all unworthy of his sight. And as the evening light rushes into the cracks on his mask, seeping into his excited, elated pupils. Do you see your death now? No. He sees a precipice. The rapid waters of the confluence of fate are flowing over it. Before we continue this fight, Ascalon, allow me to give you a prophecy. Be off charge. A story. Excuse me? He's us buying time. Don't fall for it. Okay. That is the after. Honestly, we might be... maybe it's too ambitious to say we might finish it. We will get close to finishing it. But soon I actually have a reason to play the stages again, which will be... someplace in the wilderness. Prophecy. As if this could be called prophecy. Ascalon did not kill me. What has been spoken still requires discernment. What has been discerned can still be altered. The essence of prophetic art is merely conjecture and calculation. No wonder there's a destiny that can be defied. The Cyclops cord is nothing more than a big, sick joke. That hurts. I didn't die under Ascalon's blade. This isn't what I prophesied. Then maybe she's the one who should have died. She's bound to come confirm that I'm dead. When that happens, your lot can nail down her shadow and rip her to the shreds. I think that is something you do in bed and not in public, my man. She's wounded too. Didn't get all beaten up for nothing after all. What are you guys doing? Have you heard of betrayal? You're aiming at me? Really? Who bought you off? Nobody, boss. It's also a good opportunity to get a promotion. An opportunity? I see babels enter the city and you could take my hat to carry fear of them. If Babel loses, we can always go back to the Scar Market. Nothing to lose. So slowly staring at each other. Guy silently looks at the soldiers he set up for the ambush himself. The wind sweeps past, carrying the faint scent of his blood. That's a good plan, fellas. Oof. My fate did not kill him. He made it. He had reversed the prophecy. But fate doesn't want to be cheated, I guess. And then he died atop a stage of his own making. Londinium. The huge palace complex situated in the center of Londinium is always too quiet. Rhesus disdains the apathetic nobles who live within. He only respects those who put their lives on the line to fight a way out and come up to him. Even the sorcerer devices are pointed for Rhesus himself. I mean, you know, Kansas respects some good warriors. Showing mercy to your enemy will only result in your own death, Manfred. Do not repeat that mistake again. Forgive me, General. I thought... Focus on the enemy. It seems the traders have been sharpening their place for this ambush for a while now. They have stirred the hearts of the Victorians. We are the only ones who can extinguish this rebellion now. I love my ancient Sarkis language. By the time he murmurs his coward orders, a group of silent figures are already appearing on the chaotic battlefield. Like a passing gale rattling the raindrops in a storm. The name Forsaken Sacrificer. Okay. Stand back. You handle these guys. Julie, you and the rest keep going. Got it. Don't even think of getting close to the General. No need to rush. It will be your turn soon. I'm the General's guard captain, assassin. And you're gonna wanna hold your sword tight. An inconspicuous arc sweeps past Julie's eyes. A chill runs through her spine. Her body stiffens. She thinks of the day that she saw Her Highness in the Scar Market. At that time, she did not even dare to raise her sword. Enough, Manfred. General! They've come to me in search of an honorable death, not mercy. They're using their lives to show me the future as they see it. You are in a race. She is facing countless threats and castles, just as we are here. Just the race only ends with my life or hers. I'll give you a chance. Come, deathmongers. Kill me. Do not disappoint, Theresa. Countdown. 2 hours, 7 minutes, 21 seconds. Yippee! Shatter. The gates have fallen! They're about to come through! 1:33, 48 seconds. Modify all operations within the city to disarm the patrolling troops. The defenses in the city are weak. As we just the military commission's defense forces. We'll swagger them before they can recoup. Move fast. I mean, I guess everything goes so well and according to plan until right at the end. Even if both sides are trying to prevent the battle from spreading into the city, it's still rather irregular. Send our intelligence back to the doctor. Operating teams, picking your pace and stay vigilant at all times. Take down the military commission's flag in the plaza and tune our radio into all frequencies in the city. 49 minutes, 59 seconds. Prepare for the landship connection. We want to let Your Highness and others under the region that we control ASAP. Also, contact Ascalon's team and tell them to rendezvous quickly. 3 teams have already completed their deployments ahead of schedule. Where to next, Dr. Calcite? The former site of Babel. Babel's flag has not been raised there for many years. I mean, that seems a bit petty. Calcite walks along the street. He is so familiar with the route to Babel's offices. The Psykers on the street quietly move about, climbing as high as they can on the surrounding buildings, gazing at the same ruins within the city. A flag that has not been seen in Castle for many years slowly rises. Babel has returned. Months later's report says that we've managed to completely clear 5 main roads. If everything is going according to plan, Calcite should have seen the fires of the Soul Furnace by now. Castle's defenses are all but crippled, Doctor. We can board the city now! Good. But the Military Commission will not give up on Castle. We want complete control of the city. We still need a bit more time. By then, we might not be able to completely avert the destruction of Castle's center city. Wait! I felt them! What? They're still here, but they have no intention of aiding anyone. It seems that some arrogant bystanders have joined our battle. Teresa. I also feel enemies, not ordinary ones. Souls burn with killing intent, sorrow, misery, and determination. The Military Commission's assassins. They intended to use the city as bait all along, so they can inflict heavy damage on Babel's headquarters. This was also within my calculations, but this time, there's no wagering or planning our way out of this. We must defeat the assassins, then return to our city. I'll go control the landship's defense systems and mount a defense. Go, Doctor. We need not bring another fight into the city, nor does it bask in the twilight afterglow. Man, should have not trusted the Doctor there. 22 minutes. Rosha, have you made contact with the landship? Still no response. I'm still overriding the city's broadcast power settings, trying to expand its range. Maybe the landship's comms have a temporary malfunction. I'm doing my best to bring it back online. Calcite knows something is up. She can smell the sus. 12 minutes. I sense something peculiar in Dr. Calcite. My mother. She's prepared incantations for every person dear to her heart. When they pass away, an elegy will play in our minds. Interesting. I mean, that's one way to have basically that man's trigger. I'm still in good health at present, but as he suddenly feels her blood run cold. Even if Babel can capture Castle, it is bound to suffer grave losses. Pavises was right. They can't unite. The vision of the Psykers will be the new norm. In giving a long time, the Psykers are unable to form a weak community to a world leader. Most importantly, I pointed out another path to Pavises. The Spencer and Dinny will have a greater chance of success if the Psykers corrupt the land of original and destroyed enemies. Yippee, we are speeding up the spread of work. Isn't this a good thing? Exactly. God damn it, Doctor. Why is the Doctor like this? Somebody just slapped that head. Also, the determined race is now our followers. They will become the first brilliant bloodstain on this curtain of original as it spreads. That's right. You have no need to destroy them. No need to kill her. I should use the civilized Turner. I should try to guide its hidden functions, and then I wouldn't need to. Judging inter-array, administer permissions found. Verified. Valid permissions. Welcome, Dr. Liver. Entering ship-wide defense system. Please confirm subsequent observation. Turn everything off. Will I really let Babel continue the actions at this point? I'm really going to renounce the sacrifices of billions of our people in the distant past. Renounce their flesh and blood, ballads and songs. Renounce the spark that they have waited for 10,000 years. Renounce the Vigilant Project. All for a race who doesn't even know what a barrier is? What is the barrier? You know? Something probably not great if you sacrifice other races and cultures for your own civilization, is all I'm saying, Doctor. If, for the sake of terror, origin was stopped, if Theresa truly succeeds, then what have you been waiting for during the 10,000 years? Theresa and the races of terror may really not have even the slightest chance of success? They do not. How could I be so naive as to believe that? They're disunited, narrow-minded, undeveloped. An accident of life. Excuse me? Fortune survival. That's all. All liars have the right to believe in their own hopes. But we have no time left. It is right in front of us. Doctor? You know, it's a great time for a 3-minute break. I need more water anyways. And then we can see how we backstab Theresa and everything gets flooded with assassins. So, be right back. We are back. It is time to kill our daughter's mom or something. Doctor? Doctor, can you hear me? That's strange. There's some peculiarities in the doctor's emotions. Intense and shadowed. Doctor, what exactly? I've met the site. I mean... It's fake Madvasite or something. Look. That's the fairy light from the torn apart portal. Like a smoldering gash across the sky. Only after centuries will it dissipate into nothingness. The stars are leaving from where we stand, like leaves trembling in the night. Yet that ship from Talos 2 still arrived at these babel-strewn ruins. That is life. That is what we lost after our final day. That's the ancient ode to dispel any darkness. To this day, we still do not understand how life appeared in this vast sea of stars. Will we ever know? But I think we should sing the praises for all that lives, and sing our own praises as well. Original song, the melody we offer to those who come after, meddling with the evolution of civilization's arrogance, but I had no other choice. You know, it's us the best, we know the best. I have reneged on my promise. I have betrayed she who waited within time itself. Something? Was Oracle ever mentioned? Maybe I'm stupid. It is because of the love I felt. Love for life. Love for existence. Love is eternally pure. It leaves me unthinking. Calcite. Learn to love. Learn to believe. You have to think. Go and lead. Go and face the rolling stones that fall down the hills, screaming as they go. But in the end, I believe that you can learn to love. It is eternally pure. It is the child of every breathing creature. It is our nature. Well, Calcite got her monster. Go, Calcite. Go see your surroundings, then see what lies by the most distant of mountains. Go seek what forms existence takes. You must go back. She had once taught me everything, once explored everything with fervor, but she has changed. Do not give me much time to act of my own accord. May we meet again next time. We will meet again, Calcite. I believe in them. I believe in you, Calcite. I forget to double click them there accidentally. I cannot go in the log. Ah. Search for traces of life. Search for hope in the future. Calcite, go find your own answer. Find yourself. I think Calcite succeeded. Are you sure you want to disable the ship-wide defense system? Yes. That's a lot of hesitation there, Doctor. Well... There it goes. Doctor. We start boarding ID verification selected. Confirmed. We start shipwide communication module selected. Confirmed. Loading. Countdown has reached 0. The fluorescence of the control panel reflects off the doctor's mask. As the screen shuts down, the face beneath the mask is shrouded in darkness again. How would you describe those who would pay any price to defend their people? Some would call them heroes, some would call them legends. But such titles best take root in times of widespread war. As the short era of peace begins in the space of a night, those living legends will all be relegated to the land of stories and tales. The children who hear such tales will ask, why have all the people who bear such grand titles disappeared? Because they chose to stay in the past. They had seen through their duty. The new era they founded has no place for them. Questions are forgotten. Heroes pass out of memory. That's how life is, and death arrives as it always does. None can escape it. Duty spurs a hero to write an answer with death. For the muddy road. That's our fate. 1086, the eve of Babel's departure from Castle. Perhaps after many years, those who were left behind and vanished after we built our home will join us in our causes. They will bear a name wrecked with infamy and settle this debate for us. Perhaps. But Finn stood shoulder to shoulder. By means of the memories stored within the Black Crown, walk along the battlefield of yesteryear, just as it was in the past. The two mixed-blood sagas step off the king's collapsed chariot, walking toward the battle, walking toward the future. So is this where we part ways? It is. Here where we joined hands to change Castle we part, man. Even though you have been their king for so many years, at times. You are as you were back then. Back when we were still young, I could often pick my fingers as I was doing, staining the ropes I would sell. Do you remember? Yes. At the time, you were still a gloomy recruit, not allowed to wield a real sword. Always dream of becoming a soldier of Castle one day. I guess they kinda did rise from rags to riches in a sense. They were... Guess we didn't really know, or at least I don't think I've heard mention a lot of the past other than, you know, they were one of, well, the two of the 6 heroes. I, for my part, still did not understand why we had to hide wherever we went. But then came the day that the royal court took note of my work. I got to meet Elis. During that meeting, I summoned my courage to ask the king of Sarkas, where does our future lie? I had no answer, only bidding me to leave. When once I saw our defeated troops return to their homeland in ruins, did I finally understand? The answer I sought could not be found in other lands, but here, in Castle. Castle will only return to glory when one of us is gone. But the one who is destined to lose is you. Must you persist with this, Theresa? There are many by my side who support me. Most Sarkas who have suffered oppression, humiliation, choose rebellion and violence. No matter if those who remain wish it or not, they will eventually be swept along by the tides and drawn into wars. And then this cycle of hatred continues. Yippee! Our generation must do something. I do not wish for this hatred in my hand to pass on to the next. It will continue to fester and grow anew. If I cannot change the future, the hope that will ignite the spark must be carried forward. I too must take charge of those who follow me. The cries answering the roar do not come solely from Castle. There's no place for us anywhere in these lands. All I can do is give them a push. And so I will stay here. I choose to stay in the past, where the generation of Sarkas will one day look back. Just like you. Well, I'm sure one day we'll beat him up. I think this was before, right? Something, I have no cons. Imagine having short-term memory. Exactly. Some place in the wilderness. Oh no, we did see this, okay. Then it is 9. We had 9, yippee. And this is where we should actually also do... I cannot... Oh, I wanted to say, man, I cannot practice it, but it's also Zero Sanity anyways. The dust has settled. It is time to see a set Theresa. Outside towards the island of Babel, Castle. Babel is defenseless, as the region said. Keep quiet! Stay alert! Stick to the original route and find the king. A route and B route. Stand by! Main forces not on the ship. They will need time to call for support. Babel's guards still haven't noticed us. Your Highness was right. There's someone high up in the enemy's chain of command helping us. All units, enter the ship. We settle this quickly. Avoid anything unexpected. "10 minutes ago, Amia was roused by a strange sound. It just suddenly man in front of a window. Barbers continue being maintained and renovated. It has already seen massive changes compared to when she first arrived at her new home. Maybe Closier's busy fixing things again? The doctor left Amia many picture books in her room with illustrated stories she had never heard of before. Let's go, she gets to read all the fairy tales. Her favorite is one that tells of someone who falls from the sky, riding a fantastical vehicle, and the many adventures that come of it. I love my Santa Claus or something, but she's not fond of the ending. The hero repairs the vehicle and has to return to the sky, saying goodbye to the children on the ground. I really don't like all this noise. The doctor still isn't here. Verisa, we need to go find Verisa. And that's how our child just sees a bloody corpse and ends up being the next king. Hello, Mr. Downing. You dropped your pliers on the ground. Here. Thank you, Amia. Where are you going? I'm going to the speaker's office to find Verisa. Oh, right. Have you seen the doctor? The doctor? It's been a few days. That one ought to be in the command center overseeing the operation, I think. I knew the doctor must be busy with something. Okay. Bye-bye. Don't run so fast, Amia. There's still a lot of places being overhauled on the ship, so make sure you don't whip. No running in the halls. That girl really is. This one's handled. Proceed. Our men on the inside are already on standby at every ambush spot. We can begin a coordinated assault at any time. If you see anyone, don't hesitate. Those left on the ship are no threat. I brought my book, Verisa. Huh? Why is the door shut? Verisa, it's me. Are you in there? Closure once taught me another way to open the door. Yeah, I'm not sure Closure should teach children how to basically pick locks, but sure. Verisa! What are you doing here, Mia? I can't believe Amia's the fault how they actually get in there. Okay, it's not true, but man. I heard some loud noises and sounded really close. I got a little scared. You can go home soon. You look tired. Would you like to stay with me while I work? Is this a storybook? I see. As long as it's for you, I think I can take a short break. The doctor and Dr. Calcito won't mind. Thank you, Verisa. Alright, come sit over here. Once you finish the story, I'll take you to my homeland to play. Aww. So, where did we leave off last time? At least Amia's happy. Stand back, Dokari. You are covered in the blood of the medical. Merely some heirs making ridiculous comments on the situation. Nobody should be making light of that pair of siblings' lives or deaths at this moment. It is a grave disrespect. Should he not be retreating and defending the inner city right now, Nessuslam? It has nothing to do with the war I'm waiting for. Visas ask you to come and ensure her death? This is not you being contemptuous of those siblings yourself? Regent would not stoop to such methods. I'm only here to witness the end of this war, and the beginning of another. Yippee! If the king of Zykas is struck down, I will bear the deathly pall of this moment. On behalf of the king, I will witness the victory I grasp from the abyss. It's not like you really did a job here, but sure, my man. If that makes you sleep better at night. So you still feel sorrow. As do you. The wreath of wheat slowly sinks into the riverbed. The gloomy mists have not dispersed for days. Nathaniel is still by her side. For whom does the algae ring out? Why did you stop, Favisa? You still got an important part of the story. I thought I'd leave a little suspense for you, Amia. Would you mind if I used another, more comfortable way to tell you the story? But, okay. Watch out, Amia. A bubble? Huh, this is... Black ripples continuously wash over the pure white room, so Amia is plunged into a pool filled with ink. I guess Avisa noticed something is up and is basically making sure that Amia doesn't see anything. Or the black bubbles cut off all sound, also they obscure Amia's sight. Beyond the bubbles, Avisa's figure becomes more and more indistinct, retreating further into the distance. Avisa? Stay inside for now, Amia. Sleep well. You will be safe by my side. No. Teresa, Your Highness. We will use our lives as proof of the future that the general pursues. Oh, I was sighing about something else. You know, it kinda sucks getting betrayed by somebody you're close to. It is not a great day for me, okay? Honestly, there's no need to cover your face in front of me. I still remember you from back when you accepted Helios' order before his chariot. The heroism and valor in that battle moved me. Aww. Remember most of your fellows as well. Just greet them all by name. You're all worthy of the title of brave warrior. In no way inferior to those heroes fighting in Castle at this very moment. We are uncovering our faces to hide our identities. We knew they would do nothing here. They've cut off our horns, abandoned our names, even destroyed every inch of our skin that can use to identify us. Jesus Christ, that is hardcore, but I mean, that makes sense as an assassin, right? That way you kinda leave behind no traces of who you're actually affiliated with. Also that after we use such wretched methods to kill the King of Sarkas, we'll not be remembered by the Sarkas. We can't be remembered. Do it, right? You're still remembered. The rushing air engulfs the assassin's blades like a swamp, as they incessantly step forward. Swoosh. The trampling of the blades causes the air surrounding them to resonate. They press on, continue to step. The ones holding their blades are buffeted and submerged by waves they cannot resist. Remember your names? I remember you, Luca. You held back a steam light on your own. Jesus Christ! Okay, my respects. You hid yourself within the steam to pull them out, and beheld them before friend and foe. The assassin's life fades away. Remember you too, Leans. Out of the countless Sarkas of the name, you are the one who stood out most. After being taken captive by the Spire Casters, you freed 3 of your compatriots from their camp and destroyed the Art Circle. I guess having the crown is kinda like cheating, so you can kinda just have like the best memory ever, right? Another death, and yet it cannot stop them from approaching Favisa. And then you, Levin. Man, it is the L squad, everyone is taking Ls. You took an arrow for Favises, losing an arm in the process, but survived hell itself until you managed to retreat. I do not wish for you all to die nameless and unknown. At the very least, I will remember. More and more corpses pile up by her side, while the room she has left to stand is whittled away, little by little. She sighs, wiping the blood from her neck, accidentally smearing the dark red across her white dress. No! I want to do something for the circus before we die. And so now we stand before you. We have come to kill you. The king we once saw an oath of loyalty to. We know your strength better than anyone. So, allow our damned traitors to escort you to hell. Okay. Time to beat up my daughter. This is Amir. This is Amir. I don't think I need to know the actual mechanics. Oh, I do remember them having got them. Dealing with them was like pain when that event we ran. I mean, I'm pretty sure I did not really do the X stages, right? I got it. I got almost all of them done. That's kinda. I'm amazed by my past self. Okay. Anyways. This is fine. The dust has settled. Right, now I have finally context for this. Teresa, what happened? It's okay, Amir. I'm here. I take care of things. Just give her a hug. Warning, PRTS access detected. Searching internal airway. Permissions found. Are you sure you want to disable all defense systems? Confirmed. Optimal route calculated. Data uploaded. Safety window countdown has begun. PRTS standing by. Is this your final decision, Doctor? I can. I honor your resolve to die for your goal. Unidentified targets detected. Activating alarm. Alarm cancelled by administrator. And optimal route loaded to command system. Technical configuration complete. Safety window countdown has begun. Immediate action required. My time to murder. Yeah, I get it. It's time to murder her. They will not just walk out of here. She will protect at least her daughter. I mean, that was something for a second. No. Right. We can speed this up. Their tragic death. See, she survived. Is this you, Farisa? I'm wrapped in some invisible bubble. I can't see or hear anything. Mia, never thought it would end like this. Oh. I thought you would have more time. No, the king of Sarkas. I wish I did not have to pass the spur on to you so suddenly. But the truth is too cruel for you now, Amir. Someday, you'll be able to decide if my decision was right or wrong. Why didn't she do this from the start? Look at all those balls. There she goes. Goodbye, Amir. It will all be over when you wake up.
Mission accomplished.
No. Still wonder, how does it actually work with the crown getting transferred to Amir? How did she choose it so easy like this? Didn't we hear that in the past the crown basically just choose whoever as the next king? Oh wait, there's an afterdoor. The last thing Amir remembers is sleeping inside the black bubble. Teresa gently cradling the bubble wrapped around her. Only she had more balls. Skill issue. Imagine if she would not have skipped a ball day at workout. She could still be alive. Telling her a story that she has already heard many times before. Within the desert of despair, with many terrible shadows, ever chasing after the little puppet who is seeking for hope. The black-cloaked shadows were the echoes of the oldest despair and sadness. If they catch you, you'll never escape them. In the desert, the little puppet met the king, who was covered in pure gold and precious gems. The king told the little puppet that if he went back the way he came, he would be given riches beyond measure. Despite the king pulling him back, the little puppet ignored the captivating gems and passed onwards. You know, why would you want gems and riches? But very soon, the black-cloaked shadows caught him. They kept throwing themselves at him, over and over again, endlessly. Bang, bang, bang. The puppet took out a long spear made of a needle and some threads, fighting the shadows, but finally, after knocking aside the shadows' sharp talons, managed to escape. He ran as fast as he could until he reached a large river of tears. There was neither boat nor weeds, so all the little puppet could do was swim across. But as he soaked in the tears, he began to sink until he touched the river bed. He had failed. Was this how the story ended? Mia could not believe. Maybe Theresa read it wrongly? Yeah, SMH. I actually wished for Theresa to change the ending of the story. Well, Amir, I think it's on you to change this. Theresa! Yes. Can we save the little puppet? Wish to save him? I do! I really do! All sound fades away. The bubble obstructing Amir's sight dissipates. Theresa's figure becomes clearer and clearer. Man, it must be a horrifying sight to basically wake up to. Just seeing a pile of bodies and Theresa dead. Out of the corner of her eye, she sees dark red seep out of the black-cloaked shadows lying down on the ground. Who are these people? When did they arrive here? Why are they lying on the ground? They're all taking a nap, don't worry. Mia had so many questions she wanted to ask Theresa. She did her best to open her eyes wide. She's the white vest stained crimson. She sees Theresa's bloodshot eyes. Was Theresa okay? Mia once asked Theresa about her injuries, but she could not make a sound. Now, this will be funny trauma from the rest of Amia's life. It's okay, Amir. Mia. I beat those bad people from their stories. What happened to Theresa? Mia once wiped the weariness off of Theresa's face, but she could not move her hands. No, that is super cute. Don't do this to me. I think the developers want me to cry. I'm sorry. I can't change the ending of the story. But you can, Amir. You will walk along a difficult path. Just like the little puppet who tried to cross the river of tears. All I can do to help you is bestow this crown of black upon you. For 10,000 years, the limitations imposed by history led my people to misuse this crown. It's been stained, it has been bound, but it should not have been so. If we are to break this curse, to break fate itself, I need your help. Well, Amir got this. We want to write the ending. Amir wants to say I do. but she cannot utter a word. She anxiously nods her head, thinking that perhaps she could help Louisa by saying yes. Perhaps she could save her. Oh, there's not much strength left in me. It is enough for me to transfer its permission to you. I've sealed most of it away, but its boundless information does not overwhelm your mind. Forgive me, Amir, for making you bear the weight of its crown. That's what the Great King is supposed to be doing. I thought I could be there for you much, much longer. I could watch you grow up. I could stand with you when you bravely faced your parents' passing. I could hear you answer my question yourself. The answer as to whether or not you wish to follow my footsteps. But there's not enough time left for us, Amir. I now selfishly consign this weight that I bear onto you. I'm sorry, child. Ooh. What the hell? Amir tries to scream, but she cannot open her mouth, cannot move her limbs. They just get stabbed. It's a funny prank. A black blade seems to penetrate her chest. Well, I guess I get my answer to how the hell she is transferring the crown, but what the fuck, Farisa? She ought to feel pain, but this blade leaves behind only warmth. Warmth bringing me hope. Mia, it is hope, and also pain. You will be confused, you will hesitate, but please, trust Dr. Calcite. Trust that she will always stand by your side. She will help you trudge back up the secrets of survival. You can bear it, can't you, Amir? You've always been a strong girl, one that never ceases to amaze me. I'm so very tired. Thank you, Amir, for the joy you have given me. Ever since the day we met. Now rest for a while. Sleep. Sleep and peaceful slumber. I will always be with you. I feel like they both need a hug. They both need a hug. I hope that whatever we resolve in Londinium, that Farisa can join our group again, you know? Maybe. Maybe. That would be neat. Amir needs her mom back. Farisa hears a familiar voice. Amir! Farisa does not raise her head to look at the one who just arrived. Crown has left her hand and found another. The path grows feeble and feebler still. Doctor, there was no need for you to come. I felt your emotions. I saw your past. But I've waited elsewhere. Waited for my death to come. I knew that this time I would not escape nor retreat. You're here for Amir. Or perhaps... Risa does not need to hear the answer. Behind the one she asked, a tide of assassins pour out of the shadows, rushing towards Farisa. So, that is the answer, Doctor. Like, I do get why, like, Amir put so much trust into the Doctor. After all, they kinda saved her, you know, out of the car and everything, and were there for her childhood and all the travels, right? But mustn't it also just look so bad for her if Doctor just appears with all the assassins? Farewell, Doctor. All this should have belonged to you. Farisa's glad to see Amir asleep. Amir did not see the Doctor's betrayal, okay. Nor Farisa's final bout of sorrow. Actually, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I guess it did say that she fell into slumber after getting stabbed. The black crown finally lands neatly in Amir's hands as Farisa takes down the final assassin in the room. It's alright, Amir. Everything's fine. It's over. Lisa does not look at the one frozen in place before her. She gently pats the back of the child in her arms and leaves a kiss on her puerile cheek. Teresa, I can't throw away this opportunity. Spent millions of lives and myriads of years to reach. I can't let you ruin the plan for Richnum. I can't let you turn this great land into a beautiful but fleeting dream. No, I take a fleeting garden over just a parking lot, but you do you, Doctor. And that's why you put Amir in harm's way. Seeing as the King of Sark has already seen my memories, I believe there's no need for any further explanation. Do you hate me? You hurt Amir. You're about to hurt Khazit. The fighters who trust you so deeply. Is this how you treat those lives? I do what I can to ensure their safety in the ensuing conflict. This is what Theresa swore to me as well. We only need you to die. Doctor, did you present yourself before me out of guilt? Guilt is too light of a word compared to everything I've done. We made too many choices in a time that even Khazit isn't familiar with. When Amir grows up, if she remembers me, if she asks about me, will you tell her the truth? Or how I left her? No. You know what? No. My daughter doesn't need to hear this. I can manipulate her. I help them search for another way to live. I help them search for a final moment of peace before Richnum destroys Terra. I'm sorry. That's the one thing that's set in stone. No, it's futile. Did you still wish to cure Amir's sickness? Even if her family and homeland will all turn into the same hunks of Richnum in the not-too-distant future, along with anyone and anything you'll ever know, you still don't want a girl before your eyes to suffer? That's what you sincerely feel. Your poorest thoughts. The innate nature. And actually, I'm glad, Doctor. I'm glad you're real and true. One who Khazit willingly trusts and in turn trusts us. You, the creator of Richnum, Liber. You are the poison that ruins everything, but also the antidote to it all. I swear, Doctor's blood will fix all of this. What? Lisa aims to stand up, stretching her arms toward the Doctor, instilling in the latter an instinctive urge to retreat. The Doctor tries to move, but fails. So far suppresses the collapsing rationality at this moment. Lisa touches the face beneath the mask. You're crying, Doctor. That's the kind of person you are. Know your own fragility. Know how much of a threat I pose to you even at a time like this. And yet, you still came here. So I still am willing to believe in you. Man. Theresa is just such a kind and great person. What the hell happened to her afterwards? To trust in you who you really are. To trust our Liber who pinks the vein, you and Sun. This face is both familiar and strange. Lisa knows its features well. Okay, please describe Doctor's face. She never had a chance to directly perceive the emotions on it until now. She smiles and stretches out her finger, snipping the scene before her into two, as if it were made of cloth. Then she slowly pulls out a loose thread from the rift, and the remnants unravel as the Doctor's memories dissipate. Lisa goes in deeper, without looking back, until every memory is taken apart into a mess of disconnected white threads. Like the very night, a long time ago, when she was still young, teaching herself to see with Theresa's by her side. Does someone believe me as much as Theresa believes in Doctor? Okay, you know what, Musty? I do believe in you, but I must admit, if you basically orchestrate my death, if you backstab me, I don't think I will forgive you. I will curse your name. I will take you to hell with me. That's something I promise. But I guess she has the benefit of actually still reading the emotions of everything and seeing the doctor's true nature, right? But yeah, I guess I can understand the doctor not wanting to throw away what they worked for and, you know, everything and everyone they knew. But it just seems like such a bad choice. And was somebody that intelligent? Man. I guess the doctor's just very pragmatic. Like, the very night, a long time ago, when she still was young, teaching herself to sue with Therese's by her side. Memories disintegrate until a mere fragment of the soul remains. A silhouette stands at the end of that memory. These are things the figure both familiar and strange. It's the doctor. It's not the doctor. What are you doing to me, Favisa? We're done here, but I suddenly feel like leaving you a surprise. So don't blame me for this, Doctor. I'll say to you this one thing. Find yourself. I wonder, is for... I guess we will see. If it would be arts to kinda screw with Doctor's memories, I guess it would kinda explain the amnesia out of the sarcophagus then, right? Or something like that. But yeah, I hope our current Doctor comes to a different conclusion. Yeah, this was the after door. That was the after. No. That was the before. Fuck me. I do not have memories. It's now that we beat her up. It's gonna be so much easier than what I had back in the day, for sure. Let's do this. Goodbye. Goodbye. My memories, they're fading. So the past of Mia. I was right, the one that your mind refuses to give up, the one you hold so dear. Fuck me, why is it so fast? What? Fuck you, game. I want to read the rest, okay? I guess they need to work a little bit of how they convey story during stages. I wonder if they're gonna keep doing more of this in the future. My memory is fading. So the past and secret to self, Doctor. Mia. I was right, the memory that your mind refuses to give up, the one you hold until the very end is a Mia. Okay. Now we have to beat up. Right, I forgot. This was not Favisa we beat up, it was a Mia. Honestly, I guess it would cost me sanity, but I kinda would love to show off. Actually, I don't think I can actually show off the kill because I did use, like, Wizardell probably or someone that I loaned. I also forgot the mechanics, but there were mechanics. Maybe I should have read. Fuck it, we ball. I think we do need to destroy the pillars, right? Well, we'll get to it someday. Well, that's a nice spot for you. Actually, it's not. It's in the fucking day, so I don't know what I was thinking. That is kinda a neat spot for you, though. I should have bought more healers for this. Also, what if we just freeze everything here? This kinda helps a lot, because I think they were looping around. I also... What I kinda want you here instead. Oh, you also want to murder some, yeah, it's kinda cool to have one of those. Oh fuck, I forgot those existed. The memories are coming back after all this time. To be fair, I feel like she goes kinda hard here. So do you understand why you're fighting him? Oh fuck. Oh, you would not go there, that's... I mean, I assume this is basically fighting Doctor's memory, so inside the Doctor's memory, since she said this is the one thing the Doctor is holding on, and basically with what the Doctor should side, right? If Doctor should believe actually in the future of Terror, or just go down the route they were going down. At least that's my interpretation at this point in time. We also probably need to kill Amia at some point. Or did she only take damage from the pillars? Can fly, that's sick. I mean, there's still so much space. You can just 1v1 this for sure.
전황이 복잡하니 제가 적당히 대응할 결단을 누리 모든 것을 묻어버리기를 기다리도록 하시오.
I think that kinda counts as... It should be basically good to go with what we're having. Okay, I lied. I guess I can just put you here.
가장 위험한 전장은 어디지?
I don't know how much time I
내가
have.
사수하겠다.
내 놈들 잘못된 길을 의심치도 않았고
묘비의 세계 내용은 정했나?
Yeah, there goes Amia's HP. You can keep going. Oh.
결단을 내 놈들은 잘못된 길을 의심치도 않았구나. 얼음과 눈이 녹아 사라지듯.
Okay. Good old Project Vat. Okay, that's a bit more. I did not remember that part. But I think we've got this. Are we not attacking them? I guess we're not. I guess Amia's just invulnerable for this second. Okay. I do not see emotes. I think it must have killed itself again then. I really don't have anybody in this area. Stop attacking my eyes, okay? That's very rude. Why would you do this?
진심으로 해야 할 니놈한테는 볼일 없다. 꺼져라.
잘못된 길을 의심치도 않았고.
대충 녀석이.
결단을 내 얼음과 눈이 녹아 사라지듯.
Okay, that's over. Stop resisting.
결단을 내려라.
서둘러.
결단을
Oh,
내려라.
this is awkward. I think I killed this a lot faster than I was supposed to.
정부를 더럽힌 것을 후회하게 되리라.
But yeah, I mean, I will also see the ending of Babel, but I do get why people like Babel. It is a very great side story. I mean, I already knew what Scholar had met Faris and Ami. I guess the main story I also told you beforehand. I mean, I did see the stage 9 without context back in the day, which was very funny. I guess now I know what actually happened.
물에 고정된 형태가 없듯 전쟁에도 정해진 형태가 없다고 하였습니다. 이토록 비범한 전술과 결단력이라
Okay, show me a
박사님이
better
어떤
doctor.
과거를 보내오셨는지 짐작조차 가지 않는군요.
Oh, look at her. Kind of was struggling with this one. I mean, I did use an overpowered team. I feel I think I can't why, but I think I did use a loner unit when I did it when it came out. But I feel like I did my time back in the day. On YouTube there should still be a what up of me killing that goddamn fight with, was it? It should. I assume it. I did still stream it. Maybe I gave up and did it off stream. But man, that fight sucks ass. If you have not a good team, maybe. Lisa holds the hands of the one before her, as if it were the first meeting. She quietly faces the other pair of eyes, looking at the emotions sifting within until finally only a void remains. She knows then every memory has been wiped clean, the soul purified. Aww. Right, now we have good doctor, yippee! Memory is gone. The soul reborn. Man, what you're saying is a non-traumatized doctor that did not just witness the death of everyone they hold dear and their civilization, but actually be a great, decent person? A truly terrible trick. But they underestimate your benevolence, your desire for victory. They underestimate us. What makes Tyra so tenacious? Doctor, allow me to call you by this name for the last time. This is my little revenge on you. And also, my final gift to you. Memory does not shape who you are. So, with your original self, live again. On this land. See the world. Feel the various emotions life brings. Meet the many people of terror. Perhaps your journey will start in suffering, and you may never manage to escape the murky moon shadows of this land, but you will always get to see the sun rise. But yeah, so she very much is at fault why the doctor has amnesia at the start of the game and everything. But imagine how powerful the scene will be at the end of Arknights when they announce end of service and you get a scene where Doctor gets all the memories back and goes like, Terra is worth fighting for this. And it goes like, fuck Originum, it's time we ship it off into space instead. I trust you will find a new solution, one that is truly your own. An answer that sounds just like the murmur Chalcedon I once heard. A most moving answer. Life slips away. Her ears gradually pick up an Elshi from afar. Aquamarine did establish a connection with her after all. Louisa feels her own path growing feebler, but she also feels unprecedentedly relieved. She tries her best to keep Amia in her arms, protected. Mia's heartbeat claims her own, calms her own. I'm a little tired. It's exhausting, holding on to that crown. I should rest when I'm tired. Isn't that right, Amia? Once imagined that. Perhaps one day, you'll be able to let everyone on this vast land fall into peaceful slumber. It may take a long time to come, but maybe you could see it for me. Amia, when you wake up. Well, we did see that before. Look at them. Look at them all taking a nice nap. You have to keep going. I'm so tired. No, it's not there yet. Here yet. She clings to her final strand of remaining strength. She's waiting for someone she must see. Fortunately, the sound of her footsteps already draws near. And then finally, ensure she no longer has the strength to keep her eyes open, she knows. She is here. Kalzit. Pavisa! I'm here! Doctor! I knew full well this possibility always existed. Why? I should have stayed behind. It's my... Pavisa? You should have... No... said Kalzit. Pavisa. Confirmed. Dead. Monster. Heed my command. Prepare for any follow-up attacks. The doctor and Amir. Nothing must happen to them. Protect him at all costs. Monster? Kalzit. Kalzit. Oh, no. Amir opens her eyes. Pink rumpus is faintly visible in her pupils. Visa's eyes remain shut tight, but Kalzit knows it's her. Kalzit, I've been waiting for you. Okay, we're snoozing this. Come on. Visa. It's alright, Kalzit. It's fine. Listen to me. So the doctor betrayed us. I'm already dead. What you see now is my consciousness put into the crown. I'm borrowing the body of this girl to bid you farewell. Kalzit, tell me, did you raise Babel's banner high up in the sky over Castle? I sent it back to Castle and watched it ascend myself. Thank you. I came back too late. I knew there might be a possibility. Don't blame yourself for this, Kalzit. You had your own mission to fulfill. I managed to hold it this long for you, and that's enough. No. We're running out of time to say our goodbyes. I'm sorry, Kalzit. I understand. Please don't blame yourself for this. I trusted the doctor, and I hope you can continue on our path into the future. Kalzit, there's no need for any further misgivings. I took a life, but I also saved it. So please, take it to where it should be, if it can wake again. Guide it, and it will in turn lead us to the end of our path. I have no doubt about that. I do not like the eyes, Tsunami. That does not look right. She is staring into my soul. I understand. However, we can no longer take the risk of venturing into depths of Woods Island. I will trust someone I know to send the doctor to Ursus. Chernobog will be safe. It's too dangerous to allow the doctor to stay on Woods Island. That's good, Kalzit. I leave the rest to Amia then. She will walk a difficult road. I will be with her, and Babel as well. She's so young, but so strong. Kalzit, giving the crown to Babel, to her, I did not do this on a selfish whim. Break the cycle and deal with what is to come. The king cannot only be a king of the Sarkas, nor can it only be a king of terror. The world is no fetter, controller, on parallel power. The world is the key, the king is, so light eternal. But, Kalzit, keep the secret from Amir. She doesn't need to bear all of that now. She will understand when she embarks on that path. She needs to understand. And by overcoming every obstacle can we find the doors that lead to this world. And you? I will be gone in the pursuit of my ideal. As for her, she will become the flame that burns all corruption to ashes. Kalzit, New war is about to begin. But yeah, I guess we can do one last break for today. See you all in 3 minutes, and you know, just quiet for Visa. She was a good one. Be right back. Okay, we all grieved about Visa. Let's move on. Visas, my kin, will descend onto the cradle in Victoria that belongs to us. The Virgin will cover the patch of land. She's leaving us. He will bring suffering to the other races on this land. But you will become the final struggle for her ideals. A last-ditch effort. Will make everyone else on Terra see the Sarkas as enemies once more. Deathmongers, do not attempt to abandon your efforts before her end is set. Prove to me that her path still holds a chance to win a future. Prevent the day from turning true before everything becomes irreversible. Prove to her the peace you strive for is still worth a response. I regret to say this, my compatriots. The call to repay this blood debt is already resonating throughout this great land. Castel's hatred should not continue to spread. Her death has been determined. We have lost the Sarkas king. I have lost my only kin. And I will not let these sacrifices be in vain. My people, whether you've come for peace or vengeance, I will hear your voices. Revenge, war, survival, future. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of that. I need to crack some eggs to make an omelette, right? You will see where the Sarkha's true path lies. The blood with which you stain the steps of Victoria will eventually return to where it belongs. We must make this place a new beginning for us. I can still hear the Sarkha's voices even now, Kal'Tsit. Closer I get to the myriad souls, clearer the voices become. But I can glean from their shouts and cries. Suffering will descend once more. All of terror will surrender. Starting from this very spot. The Sarkha's will rise again. Will wound the land. We have to stop him, Kal'Tsit. But that's not something Babel can do as it's now. We'll find a way. Besides, never be alone. The Babel we build together. Our companions will help you. Man, it must have been like sucked even so much more for like Kal'Tsit to sacrifice so many Babel personnel to get the doctor back from the sarcophagus. You know, I do get why she was so pissed. Your Highness. Visa. Ja, Your Highness, Your Highness! Reveal the fierce determination. Your Highness! I'm back, Your Highness. You would always welcome me back here when I returned. This time, you're not here. Can you still hear me? Why couldn't you wait a little longer? Damn it all. I'll make them pay. This, I swear to you. Every single one. Even if Master, Visas. He must face me. I have to find him. All traitors will suffer. Your Highness Vervisa. Visas. Only two, I couldn't. Clouds cover the setting sun. Duskland is shrouded in shadow. She has lost her light, her faith, forever. We struggled, we strived. Only death remains for the one born in the storm. They are the most remarkable of all. Locus. Yes. I don't know, we should... Let's retreat first. Let's return to Babel. We will never doubt our ideals even for a second. It's over. Why I feel... I'm too embaffled, King of the Nachtzeres. I thought I was long accustomed to a King of Sarkha's demise. Those, the ones left behind, you do not need to question their loyalty. No way. Who sent this? Me, come. The military commission intercept this? Are they screwing with us? I don't believe it. Shut the hell up, Scout. Landship? Should be this way. Vervisa, she couldn't have just died like that. Winter of 1898, the King of Sarkha's dies. This dies and Castle falls into ruin. The explosion of the soul furnace sends dust flying all across Castle's territory for 3 whole days and nights. Finally, it falls to the ground like black snowflakes, bearing the bones of the invaders, along with the ruin once known as Castle. Castle is no more. But Castle has never been gone for good. That's what I heard from the King of Sarkas. He said Castle has met with ruin more than 3,000 times, but will always eventually be rebuilt anew. Perhaps that was just a ploy by Lys to deceive the people. He is dead, Theresus. But even if it were only a tale he spun while racing away in the palace, I could at the very least sense a strand of longing from his stories. A yearning for a stable life. What happens after victory? Now everyone will only begin wandering the land once more. Our people will praise us as heroes. We can only return to ruins devoid of life. What can we even do now? Heroes. Once this was over, the title will be meaningless. Not everyone forgot about it. Indeed. Also, I seem to have picked up the myriad souls whispering in my ear from a while ago. The voices are becoming even more distinct. I don't know where the myriad souls hope to lead me. What about you? I hear the same. I dismiss it as a delusion poured on by the euphoria of victory, but seems to be more than that. Myriad souls beckon us. Then let's go to wherever they beckon. This King of Sarkas rests here for eternity, underneath a massive mountain of corpses. In the far future, not a single soul will know there was once a king who died here. I guess that is how history goes if it's going on long enough. He was so mediocre, so ordinary. The Sarkas do not remember the defeated. In this war that changed their fate, the people only remember the names of 6 incomparably dazzling heroes. Here we are. I remember this place. It was here we gathered to swear our oaths and join the battle after Lys's chariot was destroyed. This is where we started. A close maker and a guard. Did you hear that, Theresus? Myriad souls speak from under our feet. Ah. There it is. Yes. To think it was this small. It is the crown. The crown. With death as a witness. As well as the myriad souls, the twins raise the crown in unison. The crown chooses the twins in return. Atop the ruins, the myriad souls, whose existence remains uncertain, select 2 distinct hopes at a time. Why was she just declared the king though then? You should wear the crown, Theresa. I guess that's why. Why? The King of Sarkas is but an optimistic fantasy for the pitiful when history chooses to stay silent. Indeed, it will change the Sarkas' fate, with or without relying on an external force. But in this age of despair, bring a glimmer of hope to our people. I'm not fit to be that hope bringer. My blade will cut our path forward, and you will lead the way. I understand. The war has just ended. How long will we bear this crown? Until we find a home again. Until the black crown swallows us into its suffering. Until everyone on the same sky can fall into a peaceful slumber. Lead the way forward, he said. Do you still remember that adventure of ours? You held your sword and carried me. And you guided me into the bushes until we got home. Theresa, allow me to crown you myself. Alright. Theresus, I swear to sword to every Sarkas. We will always be equal. Well, kinda worked, I guess. Sad. Well, now the happy ending, right? This is where everything is fine. The Sarkas wanders across the wilderness of conscience and soul. It's the final moment of her existence. No. Okay, but like, if how did he bring her back though? That's like a big question. I guess we won't get the answer for this during this then. Wasting memories. This is something Teresa actually lacks experience in. Not to mention, she now faces a rare kind of mind. She knows not what she will see. Has no clue if it will be dangerous. But there's no room to retreat. She has made the final decision of her life. She walks into the doctor's memories, cuts them up into countless fragments of dissipating threads. Memory fades away in silence. She walks to a world she has never seen and could never understand. How did such a glorious civilization meet its end? How do geniuses as bright as shooting stars struggle for a solution to their ultimate problem, yet find nothing? Is resistance futile? Is unity a mere fantasy? Is Terra's future already set in stone? What of a beloved homeland? What of her loved ones? She has no answer. She cannot find the answer. She can only continue meandering in the void of memories gone. Finally, she sees someone familiar. Is all the enthusiasm overwhelming you? What brings you here, Calcite? Can I not be present at the celebration of your latest victory? It's been a long time since I last. Days like these were rare back then, you know. Or should I say, I've grown so unaccustomed to it now. No matter, we'll get to use it again in time. Babel will be a new beginning. Go, we should enjoy the celebration. Teresa watches Calcite pet the doctor, oh, it must be cute, before gently pushing the tray back into the waiting crowd. Many are forcing their way through the throng, hands stretched out, fighting each other to be the first to shake the doctor's hand or pat the doctor's shoulder. Some taller and gutsier ones even try to put their hands right on the doctor's head for a good kneading. Doctor deserves this. Sorry about that unruly subordinate of mine, Doctor. I wanted to stop him. But my arm's injured, so I couldn't make it in time. That's fine. How's the arm? Recovering, going pretty well. It's a pity you won't get to enjoy many drinks here tonight. That's alright, Doctor. I have a few more pins on this guy's behalf. Exactly, that's how it works. That's how a good pull shares. Might have got ourselves stuck in that encirclement. Did not sprung a surprise attack at the end. Come on, let's slap a few classes to honor the Doctor. I'm afraid my alcohol tolerance may disappoint you, Ace. Excuse me. Make way, please. I have to see the protagonist of the day. So many people in here. This is the first time I feel that the comment center is too small. Do you want me to widen it later? Still so many people outside turning in here with snacks and drinks. Doctor, everyone's cheering for the victory you've brought us, but you seem a little uneasy. I thought I was masking it pretty well. Just a little nervous in crowds. Hey, careful. That's enough pushing. Amir, you good? I'm okay. Doctor, come with me. The reason I made you a cake. Let's go. Look, the oven was so hot I got a blister on my finger. No, my daughter. Thank you, oh, are you okay? Because I don't have some burn cream. Gentle cough sounds in the room, and the corn splits it into two. Teresa sees the woman dressed in white passing by, smiling as she extends her hand to the doctor with a still healing needle wound. She's looking at herself. That must be funky. The joy fades away, as do the memories and voices. Teresa erases the memory she is too familiar with and continues forward. Here's a record she has never seen before within PITS. Invoke imaging capabilities. Enable administrator level encryption. Image number 0091 admin. Add subject. This is for you. Activating recorder. Beginning voice record. If I didn't hold on until you woke up, you'll see this video. I will remain here, at the safest of places until everything settles. Once I'm done with everything, I'll vanish into silence. disappearing before all those who hate me. There's always a voice inside me, reminding me, asking me, who am I? Our own watcher? Or a traitor to future civilizations? I can no longer recognize myself. We'll get an answer after checking all the logs I left behind, but for now at least, I will no longer hesitate to do what I should do. When you wake up, I will have already disappeared into your past, and also unable to appear in our promised future. That's why I hope. Pause recording. Delete our previous content. I still need a bit more time. Man. I hate when I need to take multiple takes. I get a doctor. He does not pause or sigh, just continues what she ought to do in silence. Misa goes deeper into the buried memories. I need you to contact the closest rescue team. The wrecked transport has the Wim Billington logo on it. This is your squad. Here's someone still alive in there. We got your call. It will take some time for us to rush over from the nearest mining plate. Based on the information it gave us, there's been battle at your location there before, so we'll also notify armed security to send a dispatch at once. Armed security, but with the way Wim Billington treats infected orphans. Well, good on you, Doctor. Just hold on, I'll get you out of there myself. You stay with me. That's a good girl. Give me your hand. Hold tight. But I'm so tired. What's your name? Name? Mom calls me Amia. Amia, just hold on tight. I'm holding. I won't let go. That is a fucking cute Amia. The memory shatters. This is Visa's destination. The terminus of the doctor's memory. Visa. This is impossible. Every memory should have been. Visa. He follows the voice to avoid and speak once more from behind the nothingness. Where am I? You're finally here. I've been waiting for you. Doctor? Doctor. Not many people call me that. They prefer my team codename Oracle. So Oracle and Feasters working together makes sense. Oracle? So you're the one Calcite believes in. I fluttered down terribly, but we had no choice. I'm entangled in an inescapable plot. I've been watching you from here as you went around nurturing your hopes, as you suffered betrayal. I was looking at my past self. I'm sorry. The only residue of the doctor's burned away emotions. There's no need for me to preserve your emotions and memories in our current circumstances. You've reached your destination, so just do what you have to do. Thank you for trusting me. Maybe a little late for this, but I'm glad to meet you. I'm glad to meet you too, Felisa. Orca walks in the distance of the endless wheat fields, disappearing within the stalks. A draft of wind tears through the plain with a roar. The final scene disperses until only the end of a thread is left. Lisa holds the strand. It quickly loses its lust and turns into powdery dust. It's time to say goodbye. We'll meet again in the future, won't we? Calcite, Amir, Lyra. Into the sunshine we go. Lisa lets go of the final strand of thread in her hand, watches it disperse and fade away like starlight. She takes a step forward towards hope, towards death. Well, that was something. That was something for sure. I guess I do really like it. It is nice to actually have finally gotten some Doctor backstory, and I guess I'm You know, having actually seen the reason for the amnesia for the doctor is like very nice. You know, it's at least, I feel like every gacha game has fucking amnesic protagonist because it makes your world, it's not like you're making your world building easy, but basically making it more natural to teach the players about the world and everything, right? Because then there's actually a reason why everyone just exposits every random bullshit of the world to the player. But yeah, you know, Doctor's an asshole. I very much do not agree with past Doctor. Maybe that is the character development I already had. I can high-five Farisa. But, you know, I do like it. I mean, I do love kind of the tropes in story where basically, in a sense, the villain and hero are basically more or less the same. And just, you know, different circumstances, in the case, like just the memories going on a different path. I'm sure we can have our smart doctor coming up with a solution to the original. I hope we do. But it just amazes me, I mean, you know, that whatever the doctor set up in the past actually came also all true so cleanly. Peak. It is peak. I give you that. Good story. I guess I have half an hour, but we can look at this. I don't think there's really much reason to start something for her. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. All you need to do is like play peak. I already had you. I take the peak back. I'm still glad. She is cute.
카란의 성녀 프레마닉스라고 합니다. 로도스 아일랜드에 협력하여
I love you, my Permanix, though.
축복을 내려드리죠.
We will pet the floof. Okay. No, all you need to do is play peak. It could have worked. Time to do Slater's Spire 2 one. How about I do basically the end? I mean, I wonder what I'm I guess probably next up I will do Zwillingsturm in Herbst. Then we might go to chapter 14. Then we do all of Victoria's story arc that's left us. I think there's like 2 of the more I need to check, but isn't there like a lot of Victoria's side stories still left, even if I finish the second story arc? I guess once we're done with that and how I feel at what point of the year it is, we might do basically all of the Vine Lab story. I still need to finish reading the manga even. But yes, do that, do Lone Trail basically, and then do chapter 15 and 16. Right, do chapter 15 Lone Trails and 16. I know that it's probably also good to try to do Path of Life before we do chapter 15, but we will see. We will see how it goes. If we do not do it beforehand, I think just doing the Seaborn story arc will be the next thing I do if I actually ever catch up with the main story. So yeah, let's, I guess, search just for someone to wait. After this, I don't want to do like 30 minutes of another side story. I want to cry in my corner now. Is there anybody I know doing the streaming? Who is streaming Arknights these days? You know what, I don't know which IS it is. You know what? I lied. Where is it? Let's do with Starlight Akari, since I do like her art. And I don't think it's Arknight's art. I actually have no idea what she's doing right now. But we're gonna wait her. So, yep. Thanks for watching, and basically bye-bye. Tomorrow we probably will play something like Slay the Spire or Far Far West. We'll see. We'll see. Saturday will be role-playing again. Yippee! Sunday will be probably Endless Alice. And I think next week there will be a lot of Limbus. I will see how it goes. There might be a lot of Limbus. I can't believe Limbus actually has content. We are living in a scary world. But yes. Goodbye.